Good evening and welcome. It's 8:04, nearly 8 o'clock, gentlemen, on a Sunday. And this is Xbox Tavern's X-Pod Tavern once again. I'm joined again by Daniel.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, let me get that right. Ladies man Daniel.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Million man Ian.
Hello.
And MPV Graham. How are we, gentlemen?
Hello.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
How are you?
We're doing well.
We covered.
Wonderful. Good. You
Good,
feeling
thank
better this week, Ian?
Yes, just a bit.
You're looking lovely.
Thank you.
Jeez, I've got things
I've been insulted. Is MPV a type of vehicle?
Yes.
No,
Our most valuable player.
No, that's
Yeah,
That's
MVP.
MVP.
Yeah, do you remember-
not
MPV is a multi-person vehicle.
I had hoped we could just get past this. It was the other week
What
you
are you
were saying
fat?
you were the fucking MVP of the show, but someone called you the MPV, and it just
It's stuck.
it made me giggle. So
So I think
Hurry
he's
back,
calling you
Graham.
fat.
pay attention. What?
Fat or a whore, one of the two. Neither of which are good.
Ouch.
Oh, God. And we are
We
5
both?
minutes in. Nice.
We started
Five's
good.
being generous.
Well, yeah, we don't hang around here.
No.
At Xbox Tavern, we just get straight into the digs, straight into the shit show. Right. Speaking of shit show, let's talk about our website, shall we? xboxtavern.com. That's a lovely place you can go and read some reviews written by myself and these lovely chaps sometimes.
Ooh.
Ross and
You give me. I asked to review a 60-hour game. You expect it done in a week.
I mean, it's almost been a week, I suppose. And yeah, other things. xboxtavern.com. Go there. There's less banter on there. And you can go over to youtube.com/xboxtavernofficial, where this podcast is streaming live as we speak right now at 8 p.m.-ish on a Sunday night, as well as various videos across the week from Daniel and Ross. And
Corey.
Corey, of course, and several of the other team here and there as well. And also, once again, we are partnered up with the good fellas at Manscaped, who want to talk to you about your fellas. So, Ross, hit it up.
This podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who are the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. So join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code XboxTavern20 at manscaped.com. Imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed and optimised trimmer that makes shaving time your favourite time in the bathroom. It's time to get your own ball hair and body trimmer with Manscaped to make me time the best time and enhance your confidence with some nice, smooth boys. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code XboxTavern20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using promo code XboxTavern20. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
And so thank you very much, Manscaped, for partnering with us once again. And as Ross so delicately put you there, delicately? Whatever, let's go with it. Delicately put just there. Use the code free 20% off the worldwide shipping and all that goodness. And I'll get my words out properly in one order or another. Okay.
Smooth.
Oh, smooth like my bollocks. Right. Gents, we're episode 49 this week, which means that next week is the magical, the wonderful, the mystical episode 50th. As we've sort of teased and alluded to, I meant to talk to you about this before. We're just going to spill some more details right now. So next week is EGX in London at the xCloud Centre. Is that right? That's it.
xCloud Centre.
So we're going to be there. We're going to go and have a play on some games on the Friday, which I'm very much looking forward to. Move that down a little bit. And then after that, we're going to record a podcast, episode 50th, wouldn't you know?
Oh, we're in Ross's hotel room.
The Gruff is coming to take over.
Yes, good old Scottish Gruff is coming all the way from that Gruff, Scotland. All the way down
Beautiful
to
sunny
London.
Scotland.
Beautiful sunny
Cultured Scotland.
A nice warm 12
With
degrees.
his battered
I
Mars
think it was.
bars.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And Daniel's coming down from not quite as far as that, but still
Up
pretty
north
far away.
somewhere.
Up north.
Yeah. The
In
Midlands.
Midlands
But yeah,
somewhere.
it's definitely the north from.
The fact that
Anything above London's north.
The fact that it says
totally.
Midlands, you really can't claim as north.
Listen, I was down south. This is the north, and it's grim up here.
If you're above them 25, above London, you're north.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same in it up there. Cold and snowy mountains and
And weird old people.
And incest.
Hey!
well, let's just move past that one, shall we? So we'll going around the show floor. If you happen to be going to EGX and you want to say hi to us, you'll be able to spot us very easily, I imagine.
Look for
but the
four
main-
white guys and a black guy.
Yeah, basically.
And one
yeah.
excessively loud Scotsman.
And come episode 50th, we will be giving away, as we discussed last week, announcing the winners of the competitions that are going on Twitter right now. So there's one for 12 months of Game Pass Ultimate and one for a copy of Lake, which is a fantastic video game. And then on the show, we'll be giving away more codes for some games, as well as some of our partnered people, such as Insert Coin for discounts and things. So head on over, give it a watch. It'll be going on. Was it Sunday the 10th? We said, wasn't it?
Yeah, but so in 3 days' time, the Gleam, so the 12 months of Game Pass Ultimate finishes.
Mhm.
I will, in those 3 days as well, I'll be looking for I'll be putting all the names down for the podcast reviews. And if you do a podcast review, please write the review, because I won't be able to see your name if you just give us 5 stars. So I've noticed that they don't tally up the numbers in the reviews. So if you want to be in with a chance, make sure you write the review.
Yes, and leave your name and what have you, so we can send you the code for Lake if you should be the one that we pick to win. And also, we'll be obviously on the show. We'll be talking about our experience at EGX. This is Ross and I believe Dan's first time at something like this. So yeah, we'll be having a good old chin wag. The setting will be different because obviously we'll all be in person, so it'll be a bit more intimate and a bit more sexy, if I don't mind saying.
Meow.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Mr. Bond.
Great, great. Looks like that. And we're also going to have Ian returning as the Quizmaster.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
Have you
our
got a
last
Quizmaster
one-
hat?
Had the crown,
We
didn't
had a
I?
crown last time, yeah. So we had an episode. Was it episode 30? I think. wasn't it?
30 it was,
Where
yeah.
you did a wonderful quiz for us, which was a lot of fun, even though I stiffed myself out of winning. But this time we're going to do it in person, live, as part of that podcast. It's probably going to be a bit longer. I mean, these go on pretty long anyway, but it's going to be a bit longer. So yeah, so please
At least I
along.
might get a Dan private message me saying, "Wrap up, come on, we go wrap up."
Join us watching.
No,
Join us because
what we are going to get is Dan sitting on the edge of the sofa halfway through the quiz like this.
After he's had two beers bigger than his head, he'll be falling over.
That's it.
I tell you, I was absolutely
And 3
smashed.
points. And
3 points.
That's how many points you'll be on by that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, please join us. Like I said, we'll be recording it after EGX, but it'll go up on Sunday night. So some of us will be in the chat to say, or hopefully all of us will be in the chat to talk to you, and we'll be giving away games and discount codes, etc., etc. So tell a friend, tell their friends, tell your mum, I don't know, tell your dad, tell your mum's dad, I don't know, whoever, tell everyone. So go down to your local shopping centre and just get a megaphone and just yell it into the void. See if anyone listens. But, yeah, we'll be there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be
fun.
It's gonna be great.
well,
I'm looking forward to
we'll see.
EGX, and I'm looking forward to the actual podcast and the quiz, which will be.
and you're only allowed
not
one
rigged in
moan.
any way to allow for Dan to win. I'm sure.
I mean, even if I did try to win it, to rig it to Dan wins, he'd probably still lose.
Oh yeah, we'll make some sort of mess of it.
I don't need to be the winner in this, guys.
You just
Oh,
have
so
to not be
taking
the
part
loser.
that counts.
Yeah,
It's taking part.
it's
The
the one
winners
part that
are the
counts.
viewers and the listeners.
Indeed, especially if they get a code for Lake or one of the other games we've got to give away. Or the
Precisely.
codes. Anyway, so that's me. Enough of me waffling on about that. Please join us next week. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm sure these other guys are too. And yeah, it's been a bit of a wait. Not really a wait. It's come around really quickly, but I'm ready to do it now, and meet all of these fine people in person at last. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Graham or Ian before in person. I don't remember anyway.
Oh,
In fact, I think I saw both of you today, didn't I?
we've been way more intimate than just meeting face to face.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But anyway, that's enough of that. Please join us next week. It's going to be wonderful, and I'm very much looking forward to it. However, next week is still about a week away. So let's talk about video games, shall we?
Yeah.
Why not?
What's up?
We played some video games this week, and we're going to go with the topic of the week, which is the Halo Infinite Multiplayer Technical Preview, which is on, well, it's on right now as we speak, actually, but it's been on all weekend. We got a good group of us from the Tavern together on Friday night. Did we get Bubba, Barney, Carlos, Jake, Ian, Graham, Dan, myself. I feel like I'm
That was
forgetting
it.
someone.
No, was there?
There's
Yeah,
7 or 8 of
someone
us.
missed, wasn't there?
Yeah, somebody wasn't there.
I mean, you'll notice, there was a name I didn't read out there. But he was too busy being a good husband and father to be. So,
Too busy being pussy whipped.
well, you're a good man, Ross. Right, so we played it. Gentlemen, what did you think of the big team battles we played in?
Well, apart from all the lag I normally got, it wasn't too bad. I mean,
A glowing review from Ian there. Thank you very much.
yeah, no, wow. I mean, it was still good. I mean, it's good fun. Again, it's one of those weird ones because obviously I didn't really know you couldn't really change weapons until I realized you had to wait till it spawns before you can pick it up.
Yeah.
And that was a bit annoying. But then,
It'd be nice with the timeout though, wouldn't it? It was annoying that you just kind of waited and had to just see this kind of shadow outline waiting for it to spawn.
yeah, you had no
countdown.
idea when it was going to spawn or countdown.
Yeah.
So luckily, you had to hope a new gun would be there and you could pick it up.
That's not new though. I mean, the previous Halos were like that. If someone took it off where it was, you had to wait a bit before it came back.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
the special weapons. I mean, this is any weapon on the ground.
Yeah, because all the weapons, it's like an old school arena. So you start with 2 when everything else is dotted around, isn't it? So you don't have any loadouts or anything. I think if it's red, it means someone's got it, I think. But when it's blue, it means it's waiting to respawn. It's just, as you say, there's no sort of set timer to be able to easily say, right, that's got 10 seconds left, or that's got 30 seconds left, what have you. But what did you think of the actual sort of gunplay or gameplay, I should say, from moment to moment? Did you enjoy that?
It wasn't too bad. I think, especially with big team battle, though, you had to stick together. If you went like a bit lone wolf or rogue or you're on your own, you just get fucked straight away because people are always 2 or 3 people together.
Yeah.
If you stuck together as a team, it was a good laugh.
I wasn't keen on that map though, to be fair.
Yeah.
There was lots of ways that you could infiltrate and go get the flag. However, I didn't like the fact that that team always camped on that kind of top right hand side as we were attacking. They kind of always stood on that kind of bridgy ledge part.
Yeah.
And they were quite
Defending the
dominant.
flag.
not defending the flag. It was before they would they basically cut that
the
choke
half
point
white
on the
point,
right.
weren't they?
Yeah,
Halfway point type thing.
and they were very good at the way they defended that area.
Yeah.
That's probably why I didn't like the map, because of
The
that.
team were better than us. Yeah.
Well, possibly.
Although I think it was pretty fair. I don't remember the exact results, but I'm fairly sure we did.
We won
did
more than we
respectively.
won. We won more than we lost.
Yeah.
I heard Dan was second in the leaderboard for some reason, so I thought there was like some bugs.
It's because it's the points one, wasn't it, or something? Or
Yeah, so
All I heard was Dan
it
was
worked-
second and thought the game was broke.
It works out like an average of like kills and deaths and assists and stuff, and then it gives you like an overall score at the end. And somehow Daniel, even though he only had 2 kills, I think he ended up top of the leaderboard.
yeah,
Did Dan
2
get
kills and like
the
12 deaths. Like what the fuck?
Did Dan get a participation award?
I think so.
I think it was to make you feel guilty.
I was in the
like, oh.
game. Woohoo!
Bear this in mind. I think I drank 2. It was either I was on my 3rd beer that was bigger than my head, and I was absolutely smashed. I had no idea what was going on.
Tequila, you make me happy.
I'm telling you,
No.
Daniel, you got no choice.
Not doing
You got no choice. Once we get into that quiz, anyway. Graham, you spoke about it last week. We did like the 4v4 the week before. How did you enjoy the big team battle?
Big team battle was much harder than the 4v4 bit, because there's just so many different things you have to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
And as soon as you sort of ran into the open, he just always felt like someone came from behind you and just destroyed you, like before you had a chance to react. And yeah, it just happened way too often. And yeah, as I said, like with Ian, they always group together, and unless you sort of go, if you ever go by yourself, you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there were definite, as Dan was saying as well, there were definite choke points like that ledge he was saying. And there was that middle structure, wasn't there, that you could run through that had, I think it had the hammer or something inside there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's one, but you know that
always
boosting
carnage.
jump, the one with the boost jump and your base,
Yeah.
and then you boost across, you land on like a ledge. If you stayed on that ledge, no one will ever get you really, because they don't really see you unless you just shoot down and kill them.
Yeah.
So
We got to test out the what they called the warthog and the mongoose and stuff. They were
Oh,
quite good fun,
yeah.
I think with several players all hopping on and all charging, like doing the capture flag and stuff. Because what do we play? Capture flag, King of the Hill, and just Slayer. Wasn't it?
like a weird domination one, but it wasn't domination.
Domination. Sorry, yeah.
There was a nice variety. Just as I said, it's a shame the maps just didn't spin round either.
What were you on this? What was it, like the same maps or what?
It
I
was
thought it was the
literally
same
the
map.
same map over and over again.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah.
And as far as I remember, we were always defending from the same side as well.
Are,
Yeah, that's what I felt like to me as well.
Are they planning
but-
on doing different maps for? Did I read in chat earlier saying something about it's on for the next 3 nights or something?
Yeah, I believe it's on tonight and possibly tomorrow night as well.
Are they
over
going
here in
to
the UK anyway.
introduce new stuff as the nights go on, or is it just rinse and repeat?
I think it's just testing big team
Yeah.
battle, isn't it?
But they haven't announced it, but then they've always added something extra in the last night anyway without announcing it ahead of time. So they might be worth checking out tomorrow. But it was good. I enjoyed it. I had a great night. It was probably more enjoyable because we had a big group of us playing together. Because it's 12v12 and there was 7 or 8 of us by the end of the evening.
Yeah, I think if it was on my own, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
But then with other people, it's always good fun.
Yeah.
You've got the
good laugh.
banter and obviously shouting at each other.
I think it's different as well, though. If you're like playing by yourself, playing with a smaller, not playing big team battle, it would be probably more palatable and easier to play. Whereas big team battle, as we've mentioned, the minute you turn around, you get shot. You go down the lane, you get shot. But with a group of friends, it kind of makes it irrelevant, doesn't it? Because you're laughing and joking and just enjoying what's happening.
And having a great time as we were. I believe, Dan, you recorded it, right?
I did record it. I tried editing it on Saturday, but my head was a bit cloudy and misty. So I took one look at the edit and thought, no, I'm not even testing my time. Yeah, so
Why
I
not?
sacked that off. I couldn't.
Come on,
concentrate
Dan.
at all.
I need some professionalism from you here.
Oh, do you know what? I wish I had it in me, but I just looked and just went. "Ooh." Yeah. So.
Oh, you're
it
going to
will
be
up.
fun at EGX on Friday.
Well, yeah, that's why I don't want to get horse faced. I can't do it.
Well, you know that as part of the entry ritual of these sort of shows, you have to down a beer.
Oh,
okay,
easily.
that's
And then
okay.
it's sort of like every hour after.
Yeah, but it's
every
not like
hour
it's
after.
not like a beer like this. It's
Yeah, it's bigger than your head beer.
Big beer.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
European beer.
no.
Half
Might have
beer
to
does.
start adding drinking challenges to the quiz now.
No.
Yeah, that could
Please.
end up very wrong.
I'll be bringing some of the best innocent gun down.
Oh yes, please. Yes, please. Okay, right. So Halo was good. We all enjoyed it. Ross, I know you didn't play it, but do you reckon you might check it out before it ends tomorrow?
Yes, actually, because I'm off tomorrow because I've taken a week's annual leave for EGX, so I probably will jump on at some point. 6 till 10, is it?
I believe so in the UK. Yeah, it's more or less. I think we were playing the other day until gone 10. But yeah, it doesn't start till 6, I believe so.
Nice.
Get in there, sir. Get in there.
You
Happy
all on it.
days. So yeah, so Halo, pretty damn good. I would like to see some more maps, like we were saying, and I would like to see possibly some sort of bigger map, perhaps, because even though it was the big team battle map, it was still fairly small. I thought probably could have done with being a little bit spread out, just
I think
a fraction more.
With the vehicles, you wanted a little.
You needed
bit
more vehicles so you can actually get across the map quicker. Because I felt like when I spawned, there was no vehicles nearby. It took fucking ages to get across and
It seemed like
kill
it took
people.
ages, didn't it, to get the vehicles? But yeah, I think you're right. With vehicles, that you needed a lot more. Didn't a tank spawn at one point?
There was a
Like
tank.
just seeing
There was a
things.
tank on both
a
sides
random tank just
rolling towards
appears.
each other.
Yeah, I vaguely remember hearing someone go, "We've got a tank! Yeah, we're gonna win!" And then they got a tank like 5 minutes later, and it was like,
Yeah.
"Oh
I
shit!"
believe Bubba was driving it, and I was like, I ran ahead, and then it come around the corner. I was like, "Shit!" It just fucking sent me flying.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good fun, and yeah, definitely want to check it out again. And hopefully, when it comes out, we'll get a big group of us again and play some more big team battle, because that is always a good laugh. Cool.
Yes,
Anything else on
definitely.
Halo, gentlemen, or should we move on?
Move on.
I never played it, so yeah, move on.
Good. Let's move on to Game Pass.
Oh
It's
yeah.
got a few additions here. They kind of dropped a bit of a bombshell in that they've added Marvel's Avengers, which was added. Was it Thursday last week, something like that?
30th, yeah. It was their year anniversary, wasn't it?
Indeed, it was.
Something like that.
So yeah, so that was sort of turn up for the books for those that have been waiting to play it. Anybody interested in? I know Graham, you've already got it, and Dan already got it, but you going to go back and check it out now that it's got more updates and stuff like that, or now there's more players coming in via Game Pass?
Yeah, I've always intended to go back and do it. It's just one of those things. It's another on the list to go back to.
I've just never understood why they didn't do it along the lines of Ultimate Alliance, where it was a co-op, like a proper co-op game, not just selective co-op.
Yeah,
That boggles me that they've made us a sort of next gen Avengers game and left it like the Avengers a group and it's single player. It seems really backwards.
I suppose it is multiplayer in a sense, isn't it? But you've all got to be at a certain level and a certain point. And it requires a good group of 4 of you to sort of play it consistently rather than just, as you said, jumping in and out, etc.
It's only 3.
etc.
I mean, the
There's only
beta
3,
was poor. I didn't really like the beta.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it at all.
You get the Black Panther DLC with the Game Pass version, which is good as well.
Oh, nice.
So that's their newest expansion, I think? Question mark. But yeah, you get to play that. So I have been meaning to set up a date with Graham so we can go through and finish it off. But
yeah, that's a good point.
just as he says, it's just one thing after another, especially.
Oh yeah, it's just another thing to take the time away, isn't it?
Well, exactly. But for people who haven't touched it, it's free, air quotes, in your subscription. So play it.
Yeah, I didn't realize it came with the War for Wakanda DLC. That's pretty.
Yeah,
That's pretty nifty.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely good.
So, Ian, Ross, are you gonna go check it out? Did you say?
I probably should, because I am a bit of a Marvel geek, so I should probably jump in and play it. But I got defeated when I first started trying to play it playing as Miss Marvel, and I was just like, I don't care about you. I don't buy a Marvel game to play Miss Marvel. I buy a Marvel game to play fucking Thor, Hulk, fucking Thor, even Black Widow. I'd have taken more Black Widow scenes than fucking Miss Marvel fucking running along rooftops.
I think it's only half hour and then it opens up.
Yeah, I'm into the open up bit where you've found the old base and things like that. But
yeah,
I was just like, this is not the way you introduce the game by being Iron Man flying through San Francisco. They at least drag you in that way. No, here you go, you're Miss Marvel and somebody needs to go and run along rooftops that you're hiding in a fucking water tower.
Yeah, I think I played the first couple of hours. I couldn't give a shit about Marvel either way, to be honest. But yeah, it didn't really grab my boat. I was waiting to. I didn't know when I got to unlock Batman or not. But is he?
He's paid
DLC.
DLC.
Yeah,
He's paid
he?
DLC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he paid DLC by having to buy a different game?
No, he's just behind a lot of paywalls. He's just got to really work for it. Same with all the Watchmen characters as well.
Okay, cool. Good. What about Bluntman and Chronic? Are they in there somewhere?
Chronic's in it for the start.
Okay.
That's
Anyway.
his stuff, man.
Yeah. Fucking awesome. Right. So Marvel, there was a few other games, but I was just trying to dig around for the list. I couldn't find what they added at the same time. There was a couple of other games they added. I know we normally get to this at the end, but what did they add to it this week?
I'm just checking Twitter. Hang on.
Oh, wait.
Almost like we have a segment for this. But...
I know. I was going to say Ross has already prepared the end of the week. Let me just read this one quickly.
Yeah.
Phoenix Point, which come out 2 days ago. That's from the people who made the original XCOM, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember his name now. It's basically another XCOM style game. I know our good friend Kaninch would get him on with that. I've been meaning to message him, see if he's seen that one. But yeah, it's been a few good games added recently. And Lemon Skate at last. Huzzah! Huzzah! Has anybody tried Lemon Skate yet?
No.
Fantastic. Good. Nor have
I. I've been getting shouted at for to get a review done, so I'm not allowed to play any other games other than that.
Well, I mean, I didn't shout. I just sternly mentioned that it's been about 4 months.
Fuck off.
That was
Yeah,
the
no,
first
let-
one.
So busy though. Come on.
Yeah, I tried. I did try Lemon Skate. I did a tutorial earlier on, but I was doing it on the cloud and it kept lagging and crapping out for some reason, so I didn't get very far. But I intend on playing that this week when I finish playing Redacted and Redacted. So, anything else on Game Pass? Let's move on to the next one, shall we? On to the next one. Speaking of Game Pass and xCloud, they've started testing xCloud integration into the Xbox consoles.
Ooh.
Graham, I know you were happy about this. Do you want to tell us all about it?
Not a fucking thing. Randomly chosen my ass.
So this is obviously you had the cloud streaming via the phone and then via the browser on your PC, and now you've got it on the actual console itself. So when you go into Game Pass, you as well as the usual S and X tags and stuff like that, it's got a little cloud symbol, which means you can literally press onto it, and you can either install it or you can press to start playing it right there, and it works brilliantly. Quite honestly, I tried it at home on my home broadband, and yeah, flawless. I played a bit of Dishonored, I played a bit of Aragami, and I played another Dishonored, I think. Stealth games galore. And yeah, it didn't look massively brilliant because obviously it's streaming a 1080p video, but yeah, it worked really. The responsiveness was there, and I got into a game in as fast as it took the game to load. Basically, there was hardly any waiting around for, you got like the little spaceship that goes along saying getting your game ready.
Yeah.
It was almost instant, and it was just waiting for the actual game itself to load rather than the service. But yeah, it's easy as you can do. I think right now there's about 20 odd games that are supported, but obviously they're going to roll out to more as they go along. Has anybody else been invited in to test this at all, or am I just the fucking chosen one?
You are the chosen one by it seems.
I thought you had to be in the Alpha Skip Ahead to get it.
You are. I do believe you have to be in the Alpha Skip Ahead at the
Yeah.
moment.
Which I am on both consoles and still nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing, but I don't think I'm in the Alpha. I don't know how to check what ring I'm in.
Yeah. So if you want to try and get into it, if you go into the Insider app on the Insider Hub, on the console, there's an app to download, and then you can register there and you can select which version. I think you can only select to go into the Alpha one, and the Skip Ahead one comes if you are in there for a while, and then they give you an option to go up basically. Right. But yeah, no, it's good. Like I said, it works. I tried it on a hotel when I was in the hotel last week. It was fucking dreadful. I tried to play Dirt 5. I could barely move. I couldn't see the screen. I could hear the music playing, but I couldn't see anything. So you do need a half decent connection at least. But yeah, on my home broadband, perfect. And as we said before, it'd be good for testing like Project Game Pass and stuff if we just want to jump into a multiplayer game. We ain't got to worry about filling up our expensive external hard drives, we can just rock on.
I think this is going to be such an underrated feature on the console. People aren't going to realize how good it is until 6-7 months down the line when they've tried like every game on Game Pass and gone, oh, I need to download this because I'm now offline for the day.
Yeah, this is it. It just, again, I was surprised how well it worked. It just seamless. Again, it doesn't look the best in terms of like native play, but yeah, I enjoyed it enough, and I shall use it going forward. Not in the hotel because it was dreadful. Although I would try it again just in case. But yeah, so is anybody else interested in using this? I know we said about Game Pass and stuff, but will it float anyone else's boat to be like, oh, I don't have to bother installing it. I can just play it.
Well, I'm looking forward to free up stuff. Depending how well it runs, then I can sort of start clearing off games that will run off the cloud like that. I can just play them that way.
Yeah,
Some
it
of
will
the
be
ones that-
useful.
Yeah.
Just to drop in, drop
how well
out
they run.
games.
Exactly that, yeah. Providing it runs all right and doesn't look like shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. It ran all right. It was obvious it wasn't running. It was almost like a YouTube video told. You sort of get a bit of artifact in here and there. But Ross, would this be something that would drag you in, sir?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Obviously we had spoken about the benefits it for our Project Game Pass and that, never having to worry about having games installed, just jump into them wherever we need them. But I think just like you say, it's the sort of try before you buy feature. So you jump in, you stream it, you see if you like it, boom, then you download it if you love it. If not, then you've not had to worry about uninstalling a game to get waiting 2 hours to install the next game, then jump into it. It's like you jump in, you try it, and then you've got like your impression within the first hour of you deciding you want to play it.
Yeah, that would be definitely, as Dan was saying, that's definitely going to be the selling point for this, I think, where it's just you wouldn't necessarily want to play the whole game like it, but just check out a game here and there and be like, actually, that was pretty good. I'll take the time to install this, however long it may take. Yeah, good. Lovely.
Or it could be just a way to sort of get it downloading and like play it whilst it's installing. Get your cake and eat it approach.
There is that as well, yeah.
Join your mates while
I saw
playing.
something about doing like demos and stuff this way as well. So for games that aren't necessarily in Game Pass, you could have, say, a half-hour demo, or just play the game for half hour basically, and just stream it. And then if you like it, then you can buy it and download it, etc. Rather than having to download a demo or buy it and then have to go through the hassle of refunding it or whatever. But
Yeah, that's a good idea.
so yeah, it should be interesting, and it works very well. I did want to try and test it on the Edge browser just to compare like the native streaming versus that, but I didn't get a chance yet. So, but yeah, you don't need to. It's all there, ready and raring to go. So, cloud gaming is good. That's what they say.
Nice.
We can get rid of that one because that was a big load of bollocks. All right, one more then, real quick. Konami, our good friends at Konami. Everybody loves Konami. They're bringing back their premium game development with new installments and remakes for its biggest franchises, including Metal Gear and Castlevania. Are there any Metal Gear / Castlevania / Silent Hill fans here?
Oh,
Metal
massive!
Gear, definitely.
Massive Silent Hill fan. I got onto the Metal Gear too late and I missed the whole storyline shit, so I was kind of pissed off with that. But it's definitely Silent Hill.
I know Graham loves the stuff aspects of Metal Gear.
He can suck Raiden's balls.
See, he knows the characters though, doesn't he? So he's like a closet fan. I know he is. I'm telling you.
Yeah, just when I thought Snake couldn't get in shit, and then you find Raiden, and it's like twice as shit. Put me off both games. Didn't enjoy one, didn't enjoy two, didn't go back.
Outrageous. Daniel, any of these do anything for you?
Maybe Silent Hill if it comes out. Castlevania, depending if it's going to stick to its 2D style platforming. But
yeah, because the last couple were a bit naff when they had like 3D action games.
I think so. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll try them. Metal Gear, I was out on the PlayStation. Got a bit weird. Not interested.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'm with Ross and Ian in Metal Gear and Silent Hill. Float to my. Anybody ever heard of Virtuous?
Virtuous? No, I can't.
Yeah.
No.
Apparently, they're one of the biggest game developers out there, and they help a lot of AAA developers and stuff with the games I just said and stuff. But yeah, supposedly they're working on Metal Gear 3 remake, and the rumors are that Sony have sort of I forget the word.
Tony can
Ross,
fuck
why-
off.
I don't want to say it. The stream seems to have shit the bed of mine.
Yeah, it has. It's shit on all. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right. I'll carry on as business as usual. Yes, apparently Sony have sort of intermediated a deal with Konami to get Kojima back on that Silent Hill game he was working on. Again, all rumor and speculation, but that should be exciting, even though it's obviously not Xbox related. But yes, so Konami bringing back games that, I mean, as I'm scrolling down the grades, Super Bomberman R is obviously their latest release, really, I suppose, and that's kind of been a bit of a winner for you. So I guess they're still kicking some good stuff out here and there. Have you got any more dubs?
Who, me? As in wins.
Yeah, well, no one
What
else.
dubs are?
Man,
Yeah, that's what dubs. Yeah, wins. Been trying to get
How
the
is the
last
old
of the
man?
achievements. So there was one for playing as each of the brothers. So you have to, I think there's 6 different colors. So yeah, one of each of those, and there's only one achievement left to get, which is almost impossible because the game screws you over. You have to win one without picking up an item. And I almost do it, but when you kill the enemy, their items scatter about all over the place and fucking land on your head. I tried my hardest, but every time it just lands. I'm not picking these fucking things up; they're just hitting me. So that's an elusive achievement at the moment, but they've updated it and brought out a classic mode. So it's just a single screen, like 8 players on one screen or 4 players on one screen. And yeah, I've been knocking out. I've won sort of 4 out of 4 on those. So yeah, all racking them up.
Hopefully there'll be some Bomberman at EGX, and we can finally show Dan and Ross the elite skills in person, because I want to see if one of them can wipe you out.
No fucking chance.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's the inside. There's no chance, but it'll be funny if it happens. It'll be a story for the podcast, definitely.
I'll definitely have to do a shot of vodka if I lose that one.
1 or 2, or
Just
tequila,
vodka.
I meant tequila, but yeah, I'm not even a fan of tequila. But yeah, if I lose, then I definitely deserve that.
Oh yes, yes indeed, sir. Yes indeed. All right. So I think that's about it for the news this week. There's a few other bits and pieces out there, but nothing major. Yeah. So hopefully, like I said, going back to the festival real quick, we get some Halo on. Probably not tomorrow. I'd like to play tomorrow with you, Ross, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. But
Ross won't play anyway. Don't worry about it.
I mean,
Stuff you, man.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. If you're on, I might join you, but we'll. It'll be good. Like I said, it was great fun. I enjoyed it a lot. So we'll go back to it at some point soon. Right.
Is the tech demo making you more excited for Halo come December?
This weekend did, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think if you do get more people on it, it's always fun playing with others on it like that. And you don't have to play the big team battles. The 4-on-4s was actually a bit more tolerable than the big team, because you just get constantly rinsed by every angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as we said last week, I think it's more, it feels to us anyway, more like classic Halo. So
yeah,
I remember playing big team battle with a lot of people before, where we had a group of 5, 6, 7 of us, and that was what I was reminded of this weekend when we played it.
Likewise,
which is just brilliant. So let's get back to Halo. Halo is the best. Right.
Take it.
Gamers. Are we gamers? Oh, I don't want to be called gamers. I feel like it's got a bad connotation. Who wrote gamers up there? I don't want to write that there. We'll get rid of that. Right. So we obviously just finished our 30-day video game, 30-day video game challenge. And now we're gonna go back. We have got some questions from our man Kaninch, but for this week we're gonna flip it and we're gonna go back to our 30-day 30-week video game challenge. And we're gonna reverse the questions thanks to Ian. So the first question this week in this new run of questions is the first game you played on Xbox. So this is, regardless of whatever console it is, the first time you touched hands on a game on an Xbox console. Let's go with you, Ian, seeing you're welcome back after being ill last week.
Hello. Well, I mean, it's probably what everyone has put, which is obviously, I guess, would be Halo. But for me, I'm trying to think back. I want to be something different. So I do remember when I first bought my original Xbox, I wasn't late to the party, but I wasn't one of the first buyers. I think for me, it might have been Rainbow Six Siege.
That's a solid choice, sir.
I remember playing the campaign with you, Graham and Pete, wasn't it? We did the campaign together.
And we had Mike mixed in there as well. I think it's one of our old friend Mike's.
That does ring a bell.
Trying to do the camp, breach and clear. It's like, oh fuck's sake! Just
Open,
kick the
flash,
door,
and
James
clear.
kicks the door in. That's it. And Jamie does
Oh yes, Jay is Eddie Price. That does ring a bell.
runs in the door, opens it. No, wait! Oh shit!
That's the one that tried to bring in sort of voice commands, didn't it? And just failed miserably.
Breach and clear. Like,
No.
no.
Yeah. It's like going silently, going loud. No.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's just a precursor to Alexa. Gee.
Yeah, that was it. Remember, I said that. I go, no, what are you doing, Jamie? I'm sorry. I was like, oh. But yeah, that's kind of my fond memory of that. I have to say Rainbow Six Siege because such a brilliant time with that. I think that was the first kind of time we properly, obviously, online gaming together as well.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that was a great thing because we spent a lot of time in the multiplayer there as well. 5v5, I think it was.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Flash bomb the trolling. Every time, as soon as you start off,
as soon as you spawn, flashback.
Flashing everyone.
Yeah, every time. Me and Pete always used to do it.
Could not see.
Every fucking time. Ross, Dan, did you play this game at all? Or you sitting there looking a bit bewildered?
I never jumped on the original. So the first real time I got my hands on a Xbox was the 360. So,
Outrageous. We'll get to you in a second then. Fake fanboy. What's this all about? Eh? Fake game. So Ian, did you play the Black Arrow expansion?
Oh yeah, played Black Arrow a lot as well. That was brilliant. Yeah, that was really good. But that was all purely multiplayer as well. But it seemed to have still nailed it. I think that's probably one of the first games ever that was like just pure multiplayer as well. It wasn't any single player or anything like that.
I got that, but I don't think I ever really touched it because I was too busy just playing Rainbow Six Siege because that was a tremendous game. What a great time we had.
Such good fun.
Yeah, in the nascent days where you could set the voice on Xbox Live to have like a robotic or like a child's voice or something. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, you could change the voice. Yeah.
Oh, happy memories.
And when your mum was the most elusive person on the internet.
We were so young and innocent back then. Yeah, good. Okay, Rainbow Six Siege. So that wasn't too far after launch, I don't think, was it? Maybe like a year or so. Yeah,
it was. I think maybe about a year. I think maybe like obviously got.
It was one of the first ones that come with live, which I think was about a year or so after the console launch. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's one of the first games I remember properly kind of buying when I bought my original Xbox.
So happy days.
Definitely that bad.
Rainbow Six Siege, good choice. Mr. Ross.
Allow me to put my jumper back on. It's getting a bit chilly in fucking Scotland.
Well, I mean, it isn't always.
It's like, do I put the heating on or put a jumper on? If I put the heating on, I'm going to get shouted at. So I'm like, oh, fuck, better not put a jumper.
Put the heating on. Fucking, it's only October. God.
If October in Scotland's like the dead of winter. 2 seconds.
Right, all right, Dan, fill us in with him while he's going.
Okay, so I have played on an original console, but it wasn't myself, or the original Xbox console. It wasn't mine. So Halo was the first game that I played on a LAN party. So I used to frequent Game in my hometown a lot, buying games. And then the manager was like, "Oh yeah, do you want to? We're doing this." Got to know him, and they're like, "Oh, we're doing this Halo party. So do you want to come round?" I was like, "Okay." Yeah, it wasn't. No, it wasn't weird. Yeah, I mean, don't make it weird.
I think we're all thinking it. You're in a safe space, Dan. You.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So, how long have you got? So Halo was.
Is that
the first...
what he said?
Jesus, you guys, God Almighty. So Halo was the first game I played on the original. However, the first game that I purchased and played on my 360 was Condemned.
That's another solid choice.
That was that was the first one. And then I think a little bit later, Rainbow Six Vegas came out, which, oh my God, I teared up on that game. Loved it.
Yeah. So we'll stick with Condemned because I fucking love Condemned. Did you, obviously it's a single player sort of horror game.
Yeah, shit my pants. Yes, I did.
Say,
I soiled myself. I soiled myself regularly. Yeah, that game was scary as hell. That was the first game, like scary game that I think I played that I was like, wow. Like I think I played Resident Evil where you're in the police the police precinct. I can't remember which one that is. Is that 2 or 3?
Don't humour me, Daniel. Just
No.
carry on back with it.
But that wasn't air quotes scary. This one was the first one where you're like, holy, like you could feel the vibe and you could feel the something's coming to get you. So yeah, really, really enjoyed that. And then the weapons used to break, didn't they? If you were twatting someone
Yeah, because it was pretty much all melee combat, wasn't it? So
Yeah, yeah, there
first
was
person
nothing-
melee combat.
yeah.
Do you remember the bit with the mannequins in that in the mall? Where you
Oh,
sort
is
of
that then
walking
when you
through-
turn around with the light and then all of a sudden there's like hundreds of mannequins? Well,
Yeah, and they've all changed position. They're all like closing in on you.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Yeah,
Creepy.
like I said, the whole game just gave you a very uneasy vibe. Really enjoyed it. Really good. I don't know if I ever completed it.
I mean, this to be expected, but
Well, yeah.
I think what I liked about that was it was so up close and violent, right in your face. It was actually like lead pipes and baseball bats, and it was usually one-on-one fights, and even the hits. Every character was really like chunky, so you smash them and they just splint. Oh,
Yeah,
vicious.
The game was good. I think that was the first, as I said, the first type of scary game that I played. But I think it felt like ahead of its time in a sense, because I don't think there were many games like that at all. And then obviously fast forward to now, you've got Resident Evil 8 to a certain degree. What else was the other one that we played at the beginning of the year? The Medium kind of style, and it had all those elements of kind of Condemned from way back when. But yeah, I loved Condemned, and I loved my 360, my baby, when I bought it. It was lovely.
A quick funny story about Condemned for me personally. I got that, which was I think was a launch title for the 360.
Yeah, there was only 5 games, wasn't there?
Something like that. Yeah, I got that and Perfect Dark Zero, which we talked about last week, pile of shit, and Quake 4. And I got a shiny new HD TV as well. I was well excited.
Oh wow!
So I got home. I was supposed to be at work, and I was like, I'm running. I'm stuck in traffic. I can't get to work. And I was home sitting at my new TV and stuff. And I plugged it all in. I was like, this looks fucking dreadful. And I played for about an hour. I was like, why does it all look washed out or weird and stuff? And I believe it was Graham actually who fixed it. And he was like, you plugged the component cables in the wrong way around, so everything looked yellow. So I was sitting there playing for ages going, this looks awful. What's wrong with it?
What's up with all this
useless man.
newfangled technology?
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm not surprised.
Well, I mean, I was supposed to be at work, so I was kind of rushing, but
I was half expecting some sort of, I had forgot to put it to, you know how like sometimes when you plug in the Xbox, it defaults to like 620 or 640 or something. Half expected you not to have set it to like HD.
No, I just put literally the coloured coded cables. I put the wrong way around. So but yeah, what a great game. Condemned is awesome. One for Ian to play, I think, because he loves a bit of scare.
Oh,
I'm all right, thanks. I think I'll take it. I think I'll give it a miss.
Did you play the sequel, Daniel?
Oh, pass. I don't think I did.
It wasn't quite as good. It was still pretty good, but it wasn't. It went a bit supernatural, or more supernatural than the first one did. It sort of lost me a little bit, but it was still really good though. But nowhere near as
good as the
vicious
first one.
as the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have a look. I might see. I
Cool.
did. Like I said, I did enjoy it.
Mr. Ross, now that you've warmed up in the jumper, what was your first Xbox game? I assume you're gonna.
I'm going to follow.
Come up with some
I'm going to
random
follow suit with everybody else. It was Halo. It was back before I owned the Xbox. I was very much still in my PlayStation fanboy phase, and it was one of the boys that I went to school with, and he had Halo Combat Evolved. Jumped in and played the multiplayer campaign, and that was me, fanboy. So flew through that. Loved Halo games, and then ever since then it was moved on to Project Gotham Racing. It was then Test Drive Unleashed. Trying to think what other old school OG.
Project Gotham Racing was brilliant.
Yeah, only on Xbox and the big orange stamp on the box. Yeah, so that after jumping into Halo like that was me just obsessed with Xbox from there on out.
So did you play that? So no, go on, man. Ian. So.
No, I always gonna remember with Project Gotham Racing when I used to do it online. We took a few friends as well playing that. And we used to do a game called Cat and Mouse. And that was basically you do around Nürburgring, the long ass track. And obviously you a couple of you are minis and a couple of whatever fast car you want. And it's basically whoever gets the mini round the quickest. So obviously you're there, so your fast car is your teammate, obviously he has to try and push you to push down the track faster or take out other minis and stuff. That was always such good fun doing that.
Sounds amazing.
That would be pretty awesome, to be fair.
Yeah, it's just always my fond memories of that with Pod Your Face. Just playing that always cat and mouse around neighbouring. It's like always just be carnage because obviously if you're mini, the shittest car so slow. So obviously it helps you if you're the fast car to push you down the track quicker, but then also just get taken out by another fast car and you're spinning around the track, and off you go.
Sounds like the GTA nights to me. Just carnage.
Yeah.
Nice. So did you play Halo like around launch, Ross, or was it quite late?
I'm not too. I genuinely don't know because I wasn't. I didn't keep up with Xbox at that time. So all I know is I was like round staying, crashing at his house one night, and it was like big OG Xbox, fuck off Duke controller that you hold like this.
Yeah.
I remember saying like the controller was fucking ridiculous. Like that was like stupid. White and blue, like white and black buttons up the top that no cunt knew what they were for. And basically within an hour of starting Halo, I was like, I need one. So that was me sort of sucked into the Xbox lifestyle.
Yeah. Nicely job, sir. Nicely job. Graham.
Yeah. I was looking into the launch things as well because I remember Halo was obviously the reason why we got it. Is because it was just the whole flagship and the whole reason why people did sort of turn to them.
Indeed.
But I'm thinking the timing of when I got it, there was bound to have been a FIFA I would have got as well around the same time. But I also remember the game came with Jet Set Radio as well, and I struggled to get on with that bloody game. It had a couple of cool soundtracks that I still listen to this point. But could not play that game for the life of me. So it would have been around that same kind of mold. But I looked at another game that came out at the launch as well, Jay, was NHL Hits 2002. And I'm pretty sure that has some memories around.
Oh, I'm not sure about memories necessarily, but stories perhaps. Yeah. I don't know if we remember much of it, but yeah. So that was an interesting time. Obviously, we were quite young and excited to play video games and to learn about drinking while we play video games. And yeah, many fun times I had there with 101011 and Nuts and
Marbles.
Sketch Foop or something like that, wasn't it?
Sketch Foop, yeah.
Yeah, what a great game. That was a fantastic game. That was like an NFL Blitzian and Ross.
Love the
NFL. Oh, okay, yeah.
But for hockey.
Nobody's
Crazy.
interested in
Ice hockey,
hockey.
I should say.
Ice hockey, just smashing about all over the place.
Smashing the shit out of each other. It was brilliant. What a game.
It was
just so much carnage.
It was, considering we were like smashing the enemies like 10-0 at the time, and then we were having a drink every time we were doing a shot, and then you just see the performance just sort of decrease over time.
We started off winning like 20-0 and it ended up like barely even functioning with a controller, let alone winning any fucking game. Yeah. Wow, what a great game. What a fantastic game. Oh, we need to whip that back out for a local game night, I think.
Well, the sequel was better. The Chris Chelios one 2003, I think it was.
Yeah.
They released the following one. That because we broke the 2002 one.
Yeah, I bought a second copy of that because we can't this amount of that stuff. No, I did. Again, it was a tough time. Maybe we'll tell the stories one day.
Maybe.
If I can remember them. Yeah. So NHL Blitz, and a bit of Halo, of course, because everybody loves a bit of Halo, which kind of get everyone into Xbox, including myself. I remember we went to pick our Xbox up at midnight. I feel like you were with me, Gray. I don't know if you were or not. Went to the midnight launch, bought the Xbox, and they had one of the test booths standing there with the game on it. And so I was going to buy the Xbox regardless, because at that point I was just buying all new consoles anyway, because I was that kind of guy.
It was balling.
Yeah. And I played it, and I remember it was the level where you sort of crashed onto the Halo, and as you come out the ship and you see like the sun coming through the trees and the Covenant sort of in the distance and that, and I was sold instantly. What a fantastic game. And then I bought with it, as well as Halo, I bought Munch's Odyssey, the Abe Odyssey sort of sequel on that. That wasn't so good. But
It's one games I could never get into. I remember playing it when I was younger, but I could never get into it.
yeah, I do enjoy the PS1
Oh, yeah, I
version, so
remember
I
that
thought I
shit.
might like this, but they went sort of full 3D and it just kind
Yeah.
of lost a lot of its charm. But yeah, that was a great game to start with Halo. And I remember, again, another quick story, when I went to Electronics Boutique to buy it, which I don't know, if younger
Fancy.
gamers will not
Oh,
remember
EB.
Electronics Boutique.
Good old
But that
TV.
was what eventually I think Game bought them out and changed it to Game.
What was
and
Game
they-
beforehand? Is it not Game Master? Game Station.
Game Station was a separate
Game
one, which
Station
also got
was-
bought by,
And then it all got
and then
moulded
shut
into
down,
one.
Yeah.
That's when they shat the bed, didn't they? They
Yeah.
bought Game Station, then everything went bust, and then all of a sudden you saw all the shops shutting,
Yeah.
and then I don't know what happened, but they all of a sudden kind of sorted themselves out.
That's what
Well,
happens
then-
when you don't have competition, though.
Yeah, well, in our hometown, we had a game, an EB, and a Game Station. So when they
Yeah, I
bought
remember
them, we
that.
had 3 games.
Yeah, I remember
So-
that. And
so
I used to
they
remember when there was like a rival, you used to go between, like you go to game first and go to EB and go Game Station. So what's the trading price in this? And the Game Station always gives a better one. And even if it was like, even if game off of this, okay, we'll give you £1 off that. Here you go.
So that's why when they went bust.
Yeah. And
Do you
Game
remember
Station
when-
used to have the old school games as well, like the
Yeah,
Mega Drive and the N64 and all that sort of stuff, which was great.
I was going to say, do you remember when Game used to do? Was it the 30-day money back guarantee? No matter what, if you didn't
Yeah.
like the
Damn right.
game, you could
Yeah.
trade it in.
No.
Yeah.
That's how I made friends with the guys. Because it was like every 29 days, I'd be like, "Yep, don't like it. Want another game?"
Yeah, it didn't matter whether you played it,
Yeah.
whether you opened it, you had
Yeah.
30 days to take it back.
I
I
Yeah,
remember
I mean-
once going to game and I think it was Assassin's Creed. I bought it and then like 3 days later it was like discounted. It was like, I want to return this game, please. I was like, okay, all right, I just don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
And I returned the game to my host. So actually, I want to buy it again. So I get the money back. Got the money. Why did you just say you wanted that? So, didn't want to cause any problems.
Yes.
So there you go. Oh, yeah, sure. There you go. So boy, I got my money
Yeah.
back. Good discount.
Oh, I used to love
That's the
I
way
used
to do it.
Yeah, I used to rinse Game. Oh, amazing.
I mean, I worked there for a couple of years, like part time, and I worked again in our hometown. I worked between the 2 stores, and so many people would come in, stuff like that. Like, I want to return this game. I don't like it. You've had it 2 weeks, and you've obviously played it. Yeah, but I don't like it. Yeah, but you finished it, though, haven't you? Yeah, I don't like it. Can I get my money back, please? I can't say no. So yeah, I guess so.
Then they stopped doing that, didn't they? Now it's
Yeah.
got to be sealed if
It's
they
gotta be
want.
sealed, yeah.
Oh, seriously?
And we had people trading in their consoles. I found plenty of interesting adult discs in the consoles that they forgot to take out before they traded it in.
What?
Oh,
WrestleMania
man.
18.
That's
Yeah,
where you got. That's
WrestleMania
where
18.
Jamie got all his DVDs from.
Exactly. Booyah! That's what
Why
the
would
shelf
you
is
forget-
behind them.
Why would you
Sticky
forget to take that out?
consoles.
Yeah. I mean, of all things, you could leave a game in there, but not one of the.
Not the, yeah, why are you watching it on your Xbox as well?
You wondered why they had such a shiny finish on their console.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that was a great time. I met some good friends working there, so it was good. But yeah, Halo, Rainbow. I forgot what Russ said now.
Condemned.
Oh, Ross.
Condemned and Russ said Halo as well, didn't he?
I said Halo as well, yeah.
What did Graves say? NHL Blitz. Damn right.
Yeah.
Some great old games and some good trip down memory lane, gents. Thank you very much. Oh, we're so fucking old. Jesus Christ.
Well, speak for yourself.
I mean, well, we are, don't we? Really? I mean,
I mean, everybody
Anyway.
else on the podcast is pushing 40.
Hey.
just you
Hey.
fucking-
Hey.
41,
Just
thank
just
you.
hang
Someone's
on a
leaving
minute.
it behind.
That's well past.
So as I said, last couple of weeks, we're going to go through these questions, and we got some from our good friend Keninch as well. But if you've got any questions you'd like us to answer, the funnier the better would be ideal. Hit us up in the comments or at Xbox Tavern on Twitter.
Yeah, but we need a
That would
couple
be-
for next week because I'm sure there'll be some quiet moments where people are thinking.
Indeed, yeah. Hit us up with some questions for next week to fill in the gaps. If we're sober enough to answer them. Right. He says as he's opening a bottle of rum, whiskey.
Not whiskey, boy, not rum.
It would be rum next week. Anyway, so
Be bum
let's
next
get
week.
into
That's
we
the
do this
start
thing called we did this thing called Project Game Pass. I don't know if any of you remember that we did this or not, but we did this game called Project Game Pass. What was our game last month? Something called Psychonauts. 2.
Psychonauts 2.
Ross, what do you think of it? Have you finished it?
I thought the artwork was fantastic.
Cool. What
Really-
for the logo? You mean?
No, the whole just the whole way it's played out as well.
cool.
Thought it was really
Did you
cool. how it
enjoy?
looked.
Did you enjoy the gameplay as well?
I got up to the casino level and that was it.
Did you?
Oh, did you now?
Fucking, why do you doubt that I play video games?
I mean,
I mean, the evidence is there, isn't it?
Potentially, but still.
is that the first level or?
No, it's not the first level. Ask Dan if it's the first level.
You can say that's the
No,
No,
first
that's
we're
level I
asking you
got.
if it's the first level.
I can see that there's something fishy going on here.
Yeah, no, I never played it. I just remember hearing somebody say about a casino level and thought, oh, fuck, that's what I'm rocking.
Cool. Good. Well, we'll skip on from you then. Ross, Ian, sorry. What did
Why
you
go
think?
to me next?
Because I'm pretty sure you haven't played it either.
Psychonaut. I.
Did you get to the casino level as well?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I got to the loading screen, and then something happened.
Then I got COVID.
Yeah,
I got
well, he's
COVID,
got an
yeah.
excuse.
Yeah, you got a decent excuse at least, yeah.
So no, I didn't get a chance to play it because COVID wiped me out.
Yeah,
And I got to the loading screen like twice. And I was like, I can't even launch this.
that's fair enough. I'll let you off. Not you. I'll let you off though.
Thank you.
Daniel, Graham, you at least played a little bit of it. I hope.
I did.
Did you play any more than you? You said you played about half an hour.
I
before, didn't you?
couldn't. I just did not enjoy it at all. Yeah, it was hard to push. There's too much stuff to review to go back to. If it was half decent, if I could just about enjoy it, I could. But it's just, yeah, not fun for me.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think we'll have the same issue this month.
Oh,
hope
you
not.
bloody will do.
I mean, yeah, with him we might do, but we're.
Yeah, we're
I
great.
hope
But I think the
us
rest of
won't.
us will be fine.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
it's a 4-player game, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Booyah!
So you
Well-
need 4 people though.
Well, we were discussing the other night about getting a 4v4 game going on. Four is the infected, 4 is the cleaners. But we're spoiling. Whoa, getting ahead of ourselves. Daniel, what did you think of Psychonauts 2?
I enjoyed it. It took me a while to get into it. So that first level, the tutorial level, was a bit bland, not bland, just odd, I think is the best way to describe it. And then obviously as you progress through, because I've never played Psychonauts 1, you kind of understand what the humor is, what the whole premise of the game is. And yes, I got to the casino level and it's, I don't know, 3rd, 4th level in, something like that. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I just haven't pushed on from the part that I got stuck in the casino, which is the second. So I've done it with this. It's not the slot machines, but it's the next part on from there. Yeah, that's as far as I got. And then obviously all the games have come out recently, so I put it on the back burner.
That's fair enough. I mean, I did like you. I played it. I got past the casino, and then I got into the next section, and I was really enjoying it. I was surprised how much I was enjoying it, because as I said before, I was playing it a bit on the cloud, playing it a bit on the console, and just sort of dipping in here and there. But as everybody else has said, all the games come out at the same time, and I was like, well, I've got to play these first because I've got to do them for the site, etc., etc. And it's just completely slipped by. I did try to play a bit more earlier on, but for some reason I could get the cloud stream to work properly. And then when I did get it to work, I managed about 10 minutes before I had to stop and do something else. So yeah, I didn't really get very far at all, which is a shame. But I will get back to it because again, I was enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would.
I've seen a lot of positive things about it. It's just not my type of game. That's the issue.
A lot of
It's a
people said like game of the year and stuff.
Yeah, like I said,
fine,
I've seen a lot of positive things about it. I kept watching trailers, thinking, right, I'll try and G myself up to play it, and it just never caught me.
There's a lot. It's up to the point that I am at anyway. There's a lot of. It's almost like too many ideas they try and put into it. So 1 minute you'll be like platform and then combat and then a puzzle and then a combat and then a different sort of puzzle and then a different sort of puzzle and then some completely random mechanic that they'll add in for one section and then back to different. And it's just constant barrage of ideas.
And
But
then
it
you've
is
got all the
entertaining.
collectibles around
Yeah.
that level as well on top.
It felt like I was in a tutorial for about 8 hours, even though I didn't play it for 8 hours. It just went on and on and on. Every time I went to a new area, it's like, oh, you can do this as well, and you can do that, and you can look for these, and you can collect this, and you can use this move. And I was like, fuck it, just let me get on with it.
It's very strange, isn't it? How they throw, as you say, it's as if his just brain vomited onto a video game, and it's just like, that's it, get on with it.
Yeah. But It's good.
Yeah.
It is good. It is enjoyable, and I will play some more. It'll be one of those ones. Like I said, I'll play on the cloud probably. I'll just dip in and out whenever I've got half hour here and there just to have a quick go, rather than install it on my console and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so overall, then from half of the panel, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. And then the other two, we'll just give them a default thumbs up because
I'll
that's the
make
way
up for
we
it
roll.
with an in-depth
I'm
review.
gonna be controversial and give it thumbs down because I didn't play it, but they should at least because maybe there's a reason they didn't play it.
Yeah, that's a good point. If it wasn't good enough to pull me into it, then it can't have been that good.
We'll allow that sort of logic here. That's the way we roll.
There we go.
But it's now October. That was September's game. In the past, fucking history. We don't do history here. We do future. And now we're talking about the future, which is Project Game Pass for October. And
Yeah, boy.
I believe we've come to a unanimous decision, except for Graham, probably, who's gonna fucking
Just
kill
suck
us.
it up and deal with it.
Can I also just premise that for November,
No, stop.
No.
Football
If you say
Manager goes
fucking-
into Game Pass?
Oh, fuck off.
I knew he was going to say that, so I was saying no, fuck off.
Oh, my heart. I think I'm not going to make it. Friday's too far away. Oh,
What,
I've almost
punch him in the
died.
face?
So, back to October. I believe we picked between us. Graham's very excited about this. Back for Blood, which is out on the 12th.
12th.
If I'm not mistaken. Happy days. So yes, we're going to play Back for Blood. Hopefully, at least 4-player co-op, if not 4v4 versus mode.
So the
With
12th
some of the other
falls on
crew.
a Tuesday. Would the 13th suit?
Oh, mate, don't even act like you're going to be playing.
Mate, I'll be on this.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm down for whenever. But
I will
it's
be
your,
on. I will be on this game day one. I swear I
So
will.
day one's the 12th, so we should say the 12th.
I will give up my seat on this podcast if I do not put at least 30 hours in this game before the end of the month.
I need a month before you go so I can get all the scenes set up
Well,
and
yeah,
stuff, mate.
sure.
Sorry.
And yeah, give us all the stuff.
I can
it's
guarantee
been a pleasure.
you,
At least you'll be there for episode 50.
I love these type of games. I was obsessed with Left 4 Dead, so I will
I
categorically.
mean, Left Dead was shit, but
Left 4 Dead was fucking awesome.
Let's not get carried away. And
Yeah.
as long as I can distract the pigeons, you not shout at me.
I can guarantee by the 31st of October, which is the last day of the month, is a Sunday. So we record on the last day of October. I guarantee you, if we check figures, I've played the most hours in this game.
All right, it's a date. No, wait.
You
sorry.
definitely have more than me.
Well, yeah.
He's dreaming. He won't be playing.
So anyway, Back for Blood. We're going to do it day 1, October 12th, as we said. We'll be on there. 4 of us, probably 5 of us, in some versus action if we need to be. We'll get our good friends Bubba and Varney, and probably Kaninch because he liked Left 4 Dead. I don't think he was
Can
a
I
big fan
like
of
these
the beta.
games?
Yeah, me and him
He
loved
like Left 4 Dead, yeah.
He wasn't so keen on Back for Blood, but I'm sure we can coerce him into.
Which is
playing
weird
it.
because I fucking hate Left 4 Dead, but I didn't mind Back for Blood.
Yeah, I think it was more like the potential for microtransactions and the card systems and that they've got on there. But
To be fair, I didn't really understand the car system.
Yeah, you don't
I
need to worry so
I
much
just,
about
hey, come on, let's go next.
let's
Want to
get
kill some
shooting some
people.
zombies in the face. But yes, we'll be doing that. So October 12th. I mean, so you've still got technically about 2 weeks to play some more Psychonauts, gents, if you want to
Yeah,
play some more.
that's the only issue with it coming out on the 12th. It's like we've got 2 weeks before our next Project Game Pass game starts.
Yeah. I mean, we could pick an interim one and talk about it next week, maybe.
No.
No,
Cool.
because
Hang
No,
on,
fair
time.
enough.
not
Come on,
this
mate.
this week. We're not going to have a chance because like me and Dan are traveling on Thursday. Friday we're going to be busy. Saturday I'm traveling back up and going to be recovering from whatever fucking
And I
shenanigans
was going to say,
happened on
Dan's
Friday.
going to be hungover like a bastard, yeah.
Sunday,
And his bumhole's going to hurt as well.
well, I think he's more of a giver than a taker. He's more of a giver than a taker, not so. Maybe me that's sort of walking like John Wayne. Next Sunday, I'm going to have to. I broke down. Next Sunday, I've got a feeling I'm going to have to spend a lot of time editing shit to make it any sort of way production value worthy for YouTube on Sunday night. So it's going to be the 11th before I even look at a fucking Xbox again.
Well, that's all right then. October
So-
12th it is then. Back for Blood. Let's do this. Video
Yeah.
games. Yes. Ah, that was a lot
Yay.
of fucking effort to get to that point. Right. So Psychonauts 2 is done. Daniel,
Yes.
something about a review. What have I got to say about a review?
There's a
So
review.
I was just going to say you could, if you get rid of the first bit, and you could plug Psychonauts' review by our man
Oh,
Carlos.
well, there you go. Thank you. So, Carlos, our man Carlos did a review of Psychonauts.
Yeah.
It was on the site.
Oh,
now.
that was the person you forgot, Carlos. He was
Carlos.
playing Halo.
I'm
You
Sure, he did
mentioned-
mention him. He
you
did
mentioned
say-
We said Carlos.
You mentioned Carlos.
Okay.
Yeah, so go head over to I believe it's xboxtavern.com. Is that right? Something like that.
Sounds familiar.
Look up the Psychonauts 2 review by Carlos. It's a good review, and he gave it a good score. I believe he was in one of those who said it would be in his consideration for Game of the Year. So check it out. Check it out now. Right, video games we've been playing now that we have been playing, not that we've been ignoring. And I'm gonna have to rip the band-aid off. Oh, I could do a break because I've been talking too much anyway, as usual. So Ross,
In fairness, I will keep it short because as much as I'm excited about what I've been playing in that respect, the game that I've also been playing takes precedent.
Go.
So, as you know, gentlemen, some light football manager.
already gone on too long. Oh,
So,
Come on, spit it out.
into the second season of the Premier League, Brentford had a great start to the season, riding near the top of the league. Recently, things have tailed off, now sitting about mid-table, unfortunately. Just recently, the last game that was played was against Bristol City at Ashton Gate, and it's bad news for Brentford. They took a 4-0 hammering at Bristol City. So it would appear that Mr. Tulloch has my number in regards to head-to-head battles. I don't seem to be able to get any sort of momentum against them. Eliminated for the Carabao Cup by Arsenal, but
Are
still.
you actually good at this game?
Well, apparently I'm a championship manager because I romped the championship by about
you're wrong game.
25 points. I think I got like 2 defeats the whole season, but not in the Premier League apparently. But yeah, not the best last couple of games, but it was a good start to the season, so that's the main thing. But on to the more important game, Chernobylite, a game that will have a review up before I disappear to London.
Ooh.
So, as I said to Jay, I went into this game kind of naive. I didn't expect it to be quite the length that it was. That said, I was speaking to, I think it was Jake. It's not so much that it's a particularly long game. It's one of these games where if you're easily distracted, you're not going to get it completed because you set out to do your mission and you're like, oh, look at the 5,000 different things that I can collect to make my game a little bit better. I'm going to go and spend all my time picking up all of these and not actually playing the main story.
Any excuse, I say yeah.
Yeah. Shut up, Jay. So basically, Chernobylite is like a cross between Fallout and Metro. Is the best way I can describe it. You're in.
Oh, hello. That's 2 games I do like.
Well, so you're in Chernobyl, obviously Pripyat and things like that. But you've got the same Fallout type idea of you can develop your base, you can make crafting stations, you can add different things to make your people who are in your base happier. You can grow food, so you've got supplies. The reason that I was a bit naive about it is I didn't realize how much your sort of day-to-day activities affected how the game would go. So you have to actually make sure that you've got enough food in your camp to make sure everybody survives. And if you don't have enough food, what they'll eventually do is they'll rebel against you and they'll actually become enemies and work against you. So if you can't provide the right lifestyle for these people, they'll become your enemies. So you can't just focus on running through the main game. You need to make sure that you have enough ammo so that if you give them a weapon to go out and do their missions, they can defend themselves. You have to make sure that there's enough food and base so that if they go and bring you back supplies for crafting, that they're rewarded by 3 meals a day.
It's like you're just a camp bitch.
Well, yeah, kind of. You basically need to make sure that everybody that's in your camp is happy. But if you don't, you make an enemy. So you've got two different main enemies in the game. You've got the NRG, who are human soldiers who are in Pripyat and Chernobyl to make sure that other people aren't doing shit they shouldn't be doing. And then on the flip side of it, you also have Chernobylite creatures. So Chernobylite was basically a chemical element that was formed from the meltdown of the reactor during in 1987 or whatever it is when Chernobyl went off. And it's this green crystallite material that has basically opened up portals to another dimension, and these creatures have came through. So what's quite good about it is on the map, to start the game, you go into a map and you pick your tasks so that you can send anybody that's in your camp to gather food, maybe somebody else to go and gather materials for your base. But you'll notice on the map that certain areas during certain times will be green, which means they've got a heavy Chernobylite element presence, which means you've got a higher chance of running into the mutated creatures. And then at other times you'll see helicopters and tanks on the map, which will suggest to you that there's a lot more of the NRG troops. So you have to be very methodical about where you send your guys, otherwise they're walking into a shit show.
Is it open world or is it?
It's kind of open world.
Linear.
No, it's definitely not linear, but your open worldness is. I suppose it is open world actually. You're in a very small map, but you can canvas the whole of it regardless of where you spawn in.
Okay.
So you've got like the very basic. Well, you start off very basic. You get like a pistol, a shotgun, and an AK-47, but you eventually develop more. I don't know how to describe it. They're Chernobylite weapons. Basically, you take the chemical compound and make it into a weapon. And that's the running theme, that the best things in the game are Chernobylite powered machines.
So you said you had like campmates that you can send out on missions.
Yeah.
Are they AI or is that?
They're AI,
multiplayer?
yeah. So they're AI in the game, and basically, what is basically not even spoilers because I've not completed this. I don't know where it's going. The premise of the story is you're trying to find out what happened to your wife.
Is that the picture he keeps holding up in the trailer?
Tatiana, and what basically it gets at is I think what it's trying to do is you're going to end up trying to get into the power plant. But that's where it's. I think the end game is. I'm not 100% sure because, like I say, I've not got close to the end of it yet.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful looking game. It is really, really nice. Like, it's not photorealistic, but it's not a kick in the arse off it. It's a properly good looking game.
So you compared it to Fallout and Metro?
Yeah, I think the Metro thing comes for the fact that it's kind of post-apocalyptic type idea. Yeah. You're in Soviet Russia or Ukraine type idea, but it's got the Fallout vibe for the whole base building, mutated creatures, limited resources, makeshift type of crafting materials and weapons. It's a really good game. I wouldn't recommend it for Ian, and I probably wouldn't recommend it for Gray, because Ian will shit himself because it's fucking terrifying at certain points. And you don't want to kill people in the game because you have a health bar and you have a sort of a wellness bar type idea, so your mental state, and every time you kill somebody, your mental state becomes a bit more broken.
Yeah.
And you then become more susceptible of the properties that the Chernobylite has.
Okay.
So you don't want to kill, but sometimes you're forced to. So you have to kind of be stealthy.
Yeah, there we go. Look at the face.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Stealthy, baby.
You don't have to be. You can just have a fucked up mental psyche, but I don't think that's going to end particularly well for you.
So are there like NPCs to talk to outside the campmates and stuff as you go around the world?
So there's NPCs in the world that will give you quests. There's NPCs who are like vendors, so you'll swap. The problem with it is most vendors' currency is food rations, And if you trade your food rations, then when you go back to the camp at the end of the day, you might not have enough food rations to feed your teammates.
Yeah.
So you've got to be very particular about what you trade for. You really need to not just go to a vendor and go, right, well, I already have 15 ceramic plates to improve my armor, but I'm going to buy another 3 more.
Yeah.
So you have to be a wee bit more sensible in what you want to spend money on or food rations on.
That's
Sounds
like
like a
a
lot- sounds like a
Walking
lot of
Dead
work.
film kind of storyline to it, doesn't it? Where
It's honestly like the problem is it's not going to get a lot of media to tell you how good it is, but it's one of these games where if it comes to Game Pass, we all need to play it. Obviously, I don't know how the algorithm works in regards to our site, in regards to how it generates a top score, but if this isn't in the high 9s, I'll be shocked.
Yeah.
Because it is. The only issue I would say, and it was a word of warning for anybody who does want to play it, is please set the voice actors to Russian and the subtitles to English.
Yeah, I had that with She See Red.
The voice
The dub was terrible.
The
but
voice actors for the English version are so bad. Like,
yeah, I had that same for She See She's Red.
They're so American, and it's like just doesn't make sense having them being as American as they are.
Yeah.
So
They're not even trying to put on an accent.
no,
like,
it's
guys, it in like that. Yeah.
yeah, it's really poor in regards to that respect. So I've switched to Russian, and it makes it so much better just reading the subtitles. As much as I don't usually like, I watch a bit of anime, so I usually don't like watching sub, but
Yeah.
you really need to do it in this one to get the full benefit of it because it makes the game so much better.
Well, I mean, I've got to say you've kind of sold me on it. I'm not really much of a survival style game.
It's not.
fan,
It's
but-
not heavily survival. You, as much as you've got that survival aspect by a base, and I know it says survival horror, it's not difficult to survive. You don't need to worry about your food, your water, your stuff like that, like a green hell or a rust or something like that. You only really need to worry about your health and finding ammo for your guns. But like I say, if you want to be stealthy, one of the guys that is in your base can teach you to silently take down people so you can take them out without it affecting your mental health.
Yeah.
So it's not difficult to survive. I don't know why the class is a survival horror. I'd call it like a horror RPG.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of you've got skills, you've got crafting, you've got leveling up. But the survival aspect I wouldn't say was too difficult. You have to worry a bit about radiation, but that's about it.
So yeah, so very Metro then in that respect, and
Yeah.
I suppose as you said, Fallout as well. So
But
yeah, no, it's that.
one last wee
Carry
thing I would say about it, just before I rant on too long, is the Fallout element. I was saying how in regards to like your choices can have actions down the road. They take it to 11. So it's not like your choice has a small ripple effect. Your choices can have game changing effects, like completely. You could be aiming to play a game a particular way, and you make one choice, and that gameplay is completely shut off to you. You need to reassess your whole game plan. You really have to stop and think what you think is going to be the best course of action, because your teammates that you can recruit will turn on you in a heartbeat. So it's worthwhile like stopping and thinking, where do I want this to go?
Yeah.
But
Nice. It sounds interesting. It certainly sounds very interesting.
I was expecting a lot of Stalker vibes, but
Yeah.
I would say this game, with the exception of Back 4 Blood and potentially Forza Horizon 5, this could be my game of the year.
High praise indeed.
Oh yeah.
And that's why
Nice.
I apologise for not having the review done, but I am so engrossed into this game, I'm not skipping it. I'm too deep delved in it.
Outrageous.
I have to use that excuse.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to you. So it sounds good. You've sort of sold me on the idea of at least trying it. But again, once I have time, or it comes to Game Pass, or they invent another day of the week or something, I might get to it at some point soon. But yeah, well done. Good work, sir. You've sold us. I look forward to reading your review.
It's a
Next year.
Kind of comment, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say he's ignoring me now. I don't think he can hear me, can he?
No, if he did, he would be shouting at you.
I think he's choosing to ignore you.
I'm having selective hearing, shall I say?
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. All right, Ian.
Hi.
You obviously been ill with the COVIDs. So, have you managed to play? Jesus Christ! Have you managed to play some games?
No. So,
Cool. Right, Graham.
but I have obviously the last couple of weeks that I haven't. I had recently this week. I had a couple of days where I felt a bit normal, so I've played 2 games. So the first one I want to mention is Hades. I've been heavily invested into that title.
Finished it, yeah.
I've completed it multiple times.
This game looks outstanding. I need to. This week that I'm off, this is getting dedicated to Hades and something else because this game looks outstanding.
It's once you start learning rhythms and patterns and how all the they call them booms, how they all work with the god powers, you can start obviously slowly progressively. Like I'm at the moment now, I'm at the point where I can easily get through the whole game and probably maybe lose only 1 life. Because you get like things called Death Defiance, which allows you to die a couple of times. But now I'm either getting it through completely without dying one, or maybe only dying just 1 time, which means I can level up my other booms and my other trinkets, which they have to kind of give you special powers throughout the game. So I'm actually getting to the point now I can actually use them more and more often, rather than just heavily investing in making sure I can actually just survive to the end. I'm actually quite high on the damage boost. I think I died quite a few times at the beginning, and because they got a thing called God mode, which gives an extra 20%, so I'm up to about 60% resistance. But even so, I'm still managed to clear through without losing too much health and actually getting through it without much issue. So I don't think I even need to worry too much about the damage protection.
That's like an optional assist you can turn on, is that right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I'm really thoroughly enjoying. Yeah, I understand it can get a bit repetitive. But I think the fact that I'm going through all the different weapons and trying different out, all the different god powers out, kind of heavily investing into trying different variety of different spells, it's actually quite a bit of fun. So yeah, I'm actually quite heavily cooked on that at the moment for me. I just think it's, I don't know, I just think something, even though it's so repetitive, I'm actually really having fun with it. And that's weird because you constantly doing the same 4 levels over and over again. And sometimes, yeah, the bosses change a bit into like when you're fighting them, but they don't change too much. But now they've got a thing now I've completed it once. They can add I can't remember what they called it now. But basically it's where you can actually increase the difficulty of the game. So obviously there's a bit where you've got like, you can do like, if you've got to speed run it, so you can't really like dilly-dally. You've got like 9 minutes or 7 minutes per world to complete it in. Obviously there's other ways where you have like, the boss will have an extra resistance or an extra ability. Also, there's bits where you got to damage an enemy 2 or 3 times before you even start taking health off. So, there's always those added extras to kind of make it a bit more difficult on you, rather than just having it on the lowest, not I guess the lowest difficulty, but like no extra added effects and just trouncing through it now. I'm actually slowly adding all those extra difficulty buffs to kind of make it a little bit more difficult for me. At the moment now, I've added like 8 or 9 difficulty buffs, and it's like, it's giving me a little of trouble, but I'm still trying to slowly get through it without struggling.
Yeah, I think the best thing about it is, even though, like you said, you're doing the same thing over and over again, that same thing over and over again is so much fun. It doesn't matter that it's the same levels and stuff, because it's sort of randomly generated to an extent. But
yeah,
the core combat is just a lot of fun to get into.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's how I'm trying all the different weapons out now. So obviously, I'm slowly like trying to complete each chapter playthrough without. I think I've only got 1 left, which is at the bow. Yeah. And I've done it with all weapons. So again, like I said, I think the bow is my least favorite as well. So I'm waiting for that to.
So far, that's my favorite one. But
oh really?
I haven't got anywhere near.
Spear's my favorite one.
I did really like the spear, but I think I've warmed now more to the gauntlets. I think because that's obviously, if you keep doing the dash attack on the gauntlets is so overpowered. Yeah. If you use the I think it's Athena boom, which gives you an attack power or dash power where you keep deflecting, and then you use the Ares boom, which if you attack, it does a doom effect, or the spinning blades. If you get one of those 2 combos on, you're laughing through, because you can just literally just trounce through it. I can't remember my favorite god power, which is one where you can actually summon a god for different ability. I can't remember what the god's called, but it's one that kind of just basically shoots loads of projectiles, like homing missiles straight into an enemy or a boss. And if you have those 3 combos, you just keep dashing and dash attacking with the gauntlets, and the health bar just deteriorates, especially with all the spinning blades and the doom effect, which just completely makes it a joke.
Nice.
Might look to try and get that one.
Yeah.
Another one I would like to try and get back into, sort of here and there. But yeah, great game.
Yeah, Athena and Ares, they're the most powerful booms. Ares, one if you see, is like a circle shield, and then the Ares boom is like what's supposed to be called, like a spear, like a 3-headed spear, which is red. They're the 2 ones you want to look out for.
Yeah, I feel like the God of War would be a type of guy that you'd want on your side.
Yeah.
There we go, definitely.
Except for if you try going for the dual powered ones, that rooms kick your ass.
Oh yeah, those rooms are all right. You just got to figure out which one you want, and then make sure you don't pick, like, if you pick the Ares boom to fight you back, that's your fucked, because obviously you're just constantly putting loads of blades around, like, I keep dodging. Some other ones, like Zeus's one, is just constantly throwing lightning bolts down at you. Like, for fuck's sake! Yeah. So all you do is constantly dodging and taking your time to try and attack them. But yeah, the dodge is quite fun. That's what I keep doing, just spam dodge.
Yeah. Nice. It's a great game. Obviously, it got a lot of Game of the Year awards.
I can see why. Like, I can actually see why.
It does look a fantastic game. Like, I'm really sort of pissed off myself that I've not managed to jump in. As much as the sort of roguelike type games is not my cup of tea, it does look that good that I'd like to enjoy jumping in it.
No. Yeah. Even if you just do that, even if you get one playthrough done, like, it's that satisfaction of getting it done. And then slowly working towards those extra ones, and obviously all doing all those extra ability playthroughs, it makes quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, like Ross, is not normally my cup of tea, but I think I got to the second boss and I was like, "This is fucking brilliant." I can just play this over and over again. But alas, other things come up. Have you played anything else, Ian?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm playing a shit game called FIFA Shit 22.
World class game.
Okay. So I have a hate relationship with this title.
I don't believe you. I think you're secretly enjoying it.
No, fucking hate it. Pete always buys it, and he's my game share buddy, so I always get to play it. But I played it for the first time I've got to play it was with these 2 beautiful gentlemen called Graham and Dan on this lovely podcast. And the first game I got
one
to
of
play
them was not sober.
Was a crock of shit. So I don't know what was wrong with it, but the whole screen was white. The pitch was like a shiny light green. Couldn't see the ball half the time. So much lag. The referee didn't even move. Just stood in the center circle, and it was just so annoying.
It's as if they turned the brightness up on our end to level 10, and you just couldn't see. There was, like I say, like a massive gloss finish, and then we were in green, and they were in.
They weren't in green. They were
white. Yeah, and it just couldn't see them because of white background and then white on them. The green.
It was no crowd. The crowd had been replaced by a massive sort of white limbo. Basically, it was fucking weird, and it was like an American football thing that had been redone into a football pitch. It just looked like a fucking mess.
Oh yeah, sorry, that might have been my fault. Sorry, I set the ground that it would be an American football pitch with football marks on it. Sorry, I'll take one for that.
It probably would have been fine if it loaded correctly, but
loaded. Oh yeah, it was
I'll jump into the club and amend that. Sorry, I'll take the blame for that one.
Looked like a whole city.
It didn't work.
I thought Ian would appreciate it being the American football and football.
Well, you can see how much he appreciated it.
Well, sorry, that bit me in the arse. But yeah, I will amend that for you guys next time.
So yeah, it's just and I couldn't get sent off. That upset me.
You can see the challenge I had. I played as the Any with Ian trying to get sent off and Dan drunk trying to play. That was a challenge.
Got a couple yellow cards. I want to get sent off and take a screenshot and send to Jamie going. Did this for you.
I did it.
You did me proud, Ian. You did me proud for trying.
He was going for blatant hacks.
I got a couple yellow cards. I got a yellow card every game.
Yeah.
I haven't even tried it yet, but you can guarantee I'll be doing exactly the same.
I thought I had a decent game.
And I did like the career mode where you can make your own clubs. I made Woe King. And then obviously again I did like 1 or 2 games. Like I'm bored of this. I did like amateur and I won like 7-0. I did semi-pro.
Amateur.
I did semi-pro and I won like 2-0. And then I went on to like thinking, what fuck, I got world class. And I got fucking smashed like 3-1. Like, what's the fucking point? So you can't even find like a common ground where it's actually like any fun at all. It's like, oh, I can't
Professional's
believe this.
probably your level.
Yeah.
That would be a
I
fair
think I went a
challenge.
bit too far. I thought,
You
it's
did.
too easy. Now I'll go world class and like
So I know, obviously,
constant defending.
You've played, Ian. I've been playing a lot of pro clubs, not pro clubs, Ultimate Team. But I know that the rich man in the corner has been getting quite a bit of luck for his Ultimate Team, haven't you, Dan?
I've got a little bit of luck.
A
Like I
little
said,
bit, yeah.
I took a couple of years off, so obviously all my pack luck is coming at once.
Yeah.
So
They've
yeah,
noticed that the loyal customers back and went, oh, we can fleece him for more money.
yeah, listen, I've got 2 informs. That's all. I packed them. I'm happy. Just waiting for Ronaldo. I want him so I can stick him up front.
That
But yeah.
really wouldn't surprise me if you packed that. That just you're that guy.
Yeah.
Also, is it Mbappe that's the front cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really ugly and it's a really off-putting picture as well.
Well, they
That's
call him
a
a
bit
turtle,
mean.
don't they? They call him.
That's just really off-putting picture when he's fucking loads up in his massive faces. I was like, fuck him.
He looks like Michelangelo,
At
doesn't
least
he?
Messi was quite
Turtles.
sexy, but Mbappe, like,
Oh, wait, that's put you off the game because he's
Yeah.
not sexy enough for you.
That's a hideous front cover. I'm not playing that.
I know, what the fuck?
I mean,
Oh
I
my
bet
God.
you played it when Wayne Rooney was on the cover, though.
No,
You wanted a
I'd-
picture of Jack Grealish's calves.
I say Jack Grealish. Oh, his sexy, shiny hair.
And his small shin pads.
Who was the I think last time it was some random guy. I think it was FIFA 20. It was some random guy. Who the fuck is he? No idea who he was.
So that was Coutinho or someone, wasn't it?
I don't know. Maybe. Fuck knows.
Was that Pro Evo?
Oh god, I've heard of the shit show Pro Evo. I want to play that to see how bad
Oh,
it
that is so bad.
is. eFootball. I want to try it this week.
It's fucking horrific. I
Face
don't know what they
morphing.
did.
Shit the bed by the sounds of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
no wonder why Konami have got so much time on their hands now.
The facial
Yeah, we're
animations.
thinking, oh
are-
shit, we've got to better do something with it.
It's so like it's horrifying. Like I think Konami have actually made a scarier looking game in the new eFootball than they have Silent Hill. Oh,
At least they
it's-
got Messi, which is quite sexy, but
It's
like,
terrifying.
It's-
yeah,
yeah.
look, it's
Have you seen
dreadful.
Varane?
But
Varane sitting
eyes
looking like the Undertaker like this.
I think the crowd is meant to be really bad. The crowd, like, it's just, like shocking.
I'm not even bothered about the graphics. It's just the gameplay. It's just terrible. It just plays like a fucking 90s arcade game and it's not even functional.
You know the thing
But
is,
yeah.
see if we're talking old school football games, ISS, International
oh,
Superstar
International Soccer.
Soccer.
Yes.
That was fantastic. I love that game. That game was fantastic. Virtua Striker,
Oh,
That was alright.
outstanding.
Virtua Striker was right.
What was the one that I think it was PS2, the one where you could do double footed challenges?
Red Card Soccer.
Was
you
it
could
Red
put-
Card? No, it was
No,
something
this is
fucking
football.
weird. This is football. That's
This is
yes.
football. Yes, you could do.
Yes.
You could dive.
Constant.
You could do standard slide tackles. You could do aggressive slide tackles. You could do 2-footed slide tackles.
Yes,
Sounds like
that's
my
it.
sort of
This is
game.
football.
You could
That
play.
was
You
fucking
could.
beautiful.
You could play on
Constantly trying to get. Like,
Sunday league pitches. Everything. It was amazing.
all you do is like put like I remember it's like no fat, no cards.
Yeah,
double
and it
footed
was
challenges
like-
constantly.
oh.
Hooray! Fuck 'em
But
up.
yeah, the thing is, with something like eFootball, obviously I know it's got to be a rival to FIFA, so you want as much realism as possible. I think they've went about it the wrong way. FIFA doesn't need a rival in regards to realism. You're never going to beat FIFA for realism because you're not going to get the license and you're not going to have X, Y, and Z. You're not going to get the face scanning and shit like that. Make a football game that's arcadey and it's really fucking fun to play.
Didn't eFootball get like 4 like random Italian teams?
It just needs.
They got
No,
Juve.
Was
They
it-
got
had Juventus.
They've got a couple
Was it
of
just
teams,
Juventus,
though.
what?
No, they've got more than that. They've got Juve.
I thought it looked like a couple like Napoli.
Yeah,
and stuff
they've
like
got
that
a
one,
few different teams that they've got the license for exclusively. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I've got a few random Italian.
Yeah, but I
teams
think
and then-
they did it because they had Ronaldo at the time, and now that one's just
Yeah,
gone.
that went shut up the creek. eh?
Yeah.
They don't have him anymore. No, it's just a dodgy Juventus team.
But yeah, I just didn't enjoy it at all. So, yeah, spot on the partner. Well, like I say, mop up a couple of the achievements, but God, yeah, it's terrible. Not
You
for
know,
me. I
that's
might
what-
do pro clubs for a bit of fun, just to take people out. and
Oh
make
yeah,
it
we
look
have
harder.
we have to do pro clubs because I think the 5 of us playing pro clubs will be a great laugh.
Do you do Ultimate Team, Graham?
Yeah.
Have you all done it all throughout the whole all FIFA? should I say?
Oh, before FIFA, the Champions League 0203 game had Ultimate Team before FIFA did.
Yeah.
And
But
so,
you've played it every year. You don't know what
I played it.
Is it like a set formation you meant to do with it, or like set country? Because I never really is the chemistry meant to be like where you just have the same people from the same league and stuff.
There's different levels. You've either got the same country, the same league, or the same nation. Those are the kind of the main key parts about it. So same league, same country, and same nation. So they all help. So that and playing them in the right position all contributes to the chemistry.
Okay.
Also, having a manager that manages in the same league or country is what the manager is as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Yeah. Okay.
There's loads of little tweaks, isn't there? Like you could play, for instance, Varane, who's French, and then you could then swap him with another French guy who plays in Italy, for instance, and then you've got that link.
You want to get the chemistry high as you want, otherwise your team start doing stupid shit. Like they get a bit slower, the passes go and miss.
Yeah, so the chemistry thing, what changes it when you're playing? Because
you'll notice things don't click.
Yeah, the best thing I can say, like when you jump back as a welcome pack, I think I ended up with Son, Lucas Digne, and somebody else from loan players for welcome back. Now Son is obviously fantastic, but because I had sort of shoved them into my squad, and it wasn't really any good chemistry. I think my team rating's 82 and my chemistry's like 58. Son couldn't complete a 10-yard pass without it going astray because the chemistry's that poor. It affects their ratings negatively. So even the simplest of pass, they couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. So just focus on one league then.
Yeah, so it's like a hand.
Well, just try. You don't have to.
You don't have to focus on one
countries.
league. You just have to make sure that there's some sort of link. So you can have players from England, France, Germany, Belgium, Spain, Italy, whatever you want. They just have to have some sort of common link, whether they be the same nationality. So you could have a fully Spanish squad that play down every league in Europe because they would get the chemistry by being Spanish.
Cool. Okay, fair enough.
But it's not. It does. I would say having a higher chemistry over a higher rating is much more important.
Oh, okay, so chemistry is more important.
Chemistry, I would say chemistry is more important than rating.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll stop talking FIFA now, even though I'll probably never do it.
Also, I would say just one wee side note: you can do co-op Ultimate Team.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you ever wanted me or Grady,
whose team do you use? Do you use
whoever invited the other?
Whoever invited the other.
Okay.
So if you wanted to boost your team, I could jump into your game and then help you play.
But he's not that good, so I wouldn't. Anyway, go.
I'm fucking better than you, Dan.
Whoa.
Me and you, Dan,
I had a goal in that game, and that goal was to get sent off, and I failed. I actually played properly.
You failed me, Ian.
If I played properly, I might actually do all right. But like I said, I can actually play all right. It's just that time I just wanted to get sent off because the first game I had was pissed me off. So I'll put a picture up. I'll put a picture on Twitter to see how bad it was. I took a screenshot because it's fucking dreadful.
Share it with us. Let's see it. And then let's move on because.
Cool. I'll find a picture.
I'm with you now.
We talk. Dan, what have you been playing?
It hasn't gone yet. Daniel, talk to me.
What games have you not been completing?
Fucking football, please.
So FIFA. No. I have played Man of Medan. Finally jumped into.
It took you long enough.
It did.
Fucking time.
Yeah. So I thought, do you know what? I'll play something new, something to talk about.
So first things first, before we go, and this is not a joke. Did you actually complete the whole thing?
No, I haven't done it in one sitting. I should have.
What? Hey, wait. You said you
how
haven't
far
done it
have you got?
Have you finished?
So
I haven't finished it. No,
I haven't finished it. No, I've gone to look at the aircraft under the sea, and
that's all you've got.
Yeah, so I haven't played
You've
that
done
much.
the intro.
He's done like 15 minutes.
15.
Have they got to the yacht yet?
No,
I'm on my boat.
He's gone underwater.
Mate, the yacht's the start part.
Okay,
he's on a yacht. Yeah, he's a lot, but
yeah, I'm on my boat, but I'm not on. Yeah, hang on a minute.
You're not on the big boat yet.
Are you on the ship?
I'm not on the bigger boat yet.
For fuck's sake.
So I will be sitting down to try and finish this out. I tried playing it after we played Halo and FIFA the other night, and I was far too absolutely shit-faced to even see what was going on. So
Not
I had
half cut, double cut.
Oh, I was. Well, you saw the pictures of the beers; they were the size of my head.
Yeah, but anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying it. I do wish there was a little bit more time so you could see your choices. And I don't always get what's the point.
Quite a long time.
Yeah, I didn't feel like you did. I felt pressured.
Probably
to
not
pick
when you're
something.
double cut. No.
No, you get good like 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah,
Maybe
Yeah.
10 seconds probably.
It takes me time to read stuff. Also,
You're not reading, you're listening.
Yeah, but then you've got to choose what you want to say, which you have to read.
True.
But what's the point of having say nothing as well? That really frustrates me.
Because that's an option in the game where you just,
But
like
so I haven't
in
picked-
Walking Dead where you don't say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, normally that's when I time
There's
out.
consequences.
So there's consequences to you say nothing. It's all right. Okay.
There's consequences to everything.
Yeah, everything's got a consequence. So if you say nothing, sometimes that can affect you. Like, for example, pick up that gun. You say nothing. Okay, I'll pick it up then. And someone else takes it.
Okay.
And that can affect the whole game. So
Right. Okay.
that's an example.
But yeah, so far, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I don't like the way they walked when you start right off at the beginning when you're the two soldiers. Yeah. And that kind of walking just felt really weird on the ship. It didn't feel natural.
Yeah.
They kind of just and
well, they've kind of captured their face, I think, but not necessarily the body. So
the way the body moves, yeah. But yeah, so far enjoying it. I want to finish it off, and I'm interested to see how the story goes because everyone seems a bit shifty in their own special way.
Yeah, like the best murder mysteries are.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. It is good. And you said what? It's about 3 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's a lot shorter than A Little Hope.
Okay.
There's plenty of different endings though, because I've played it through maybe 5 or 6 times, and I've got a different ending every time so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Ian and with Pete and by myself and stuff.
Just don't play with Jamie.
Does
I mean,
G get
if you wanna-
everybody killed?
If you want to,
Jamie and the lack of his ability to do quick time events is.
Oh, I can do them. Like you were saying about FIFA, you can play FIFA, but you choose not to. I just choose not to be any good at the
You
quick
choose
time
not to be good at quick time events. Is that what you're trying
events. I
to
like
say?
to see what happens if you don't succeed. Then
Yeah, that's why I don't like playing with you because I want to do it properly and like.
Oh, I
I'm
got
just
Karate
going to leave
Champion.
this.
I got Karate Champion from the quick time event.
well, yeah, I'm like I said, Ian, I'm happy to play with you. A Little Hope before what's it called? House of Ashes comes out.
House of Ashes coming
That's
out.
going to be.
I want
outstanding.
to do another playthrough of Little Hope,
Yeah.
where I do the whole because obviously what I love about it if you do the Man and Medan's and Little Hope with someone else, you get to see the other side of the game because sometimes there's bits where you hear something. What are you talking about? And you have no idea what they're talking about. But if you play as a co-op, you get to hear the other side of what they were talking about or what happened.
Right.
Yeah, and the same with Man and Medan. Dan, if you played that with some Man and Medan, Dan, Man and Medan, Dan. If you played it with someone else and you were the second player, you'd see the alternate conversations that you've already had on the boat. So it would like fill in the story a bit more, and you'd get to choose different options and stuff. And yeah, it's very clever, very good. I really enjoyed it.
What I did like about it is the first time I played through it, I played it as so I was playing online co-op, so I didn't get to see what was happening on their screen, which actually makes it much more terrifying because you can be playing your game and your game can be perfectly a well lit room, nothing happening, and you're playing with somebody else who's in maybe a shit scare bit, and you're just walking along quite the thing, and then your co-op partner all of a sudden you hear this, ah! What the fuck, man?
That happened to me, Jane.
So the next time I played it as the movie night mode, where it was you pass the controller between whoever you're playing it with, so you got to see the stuff that you maybe missed the first time you played it as.
Okay, because I haven't tried the movie night mode yet.
It's quite good, yeah. So it's
Movie night mode is good because you get if you want to do the other side solo.
Yeah, so it's like I
movie
think
night
it's
does work quite
what is
well.
it? 4 players you can select, and then you assign a character to that person.
Yeah.
So basically, anytime that they've got anything to do, it says swap the controller.
And they kind of push it so if you do that mode, especially if you've done one playthrough already, it will kind of push the other side of the game to let you play that bit, so you get to see the other side rather than doing it co-op wise as well. There's another way of getting it. if you do co-op, sometimes when you do the co-op mode, one of you will still see the same playthrough as your previous version.
Yeah.
So at least that way, if you do movie night mode, you might see it.
And there's a bit, as Ross was alluding to later on, Daniel, not to spoil it for you, but just a teaser. If you do end up playing both sections, where, as he said, you'll see one thing, the other player will see something completely different, and it will just affect not only the way the story goes, but depending on both of your choices, it will depend on if anyone survives or if people end up in different places. And it's very clever, very well thought out.
I think the one thing I'm gutted about is not sitting and doing one whole sitting of the game.
I don't think you need
which is
to.
daft.
I don't think you necessarily need to do it like that. I didn't do it like that either of the times I played it, and it didn't, because obviously you get that previous or last time on Man of Medan, you get that little recap. I quite like that.
Well, maybe I'll be all right then.
They're both fantastic games. They're both Little Hope and Man of Medan. And House of Ashes is out. Was it 25th of October, something like that?
Do you know? I'm still racking my brain, and I am leaning. I need to play through A Little Hope again, but it is as good as Man of Medan. Maybe a little bit better storyline wise.
I love it. Do you think
I
so?
definitely preferred Man of Medan.
I prefer Man of Medan, definitely.
I think Man of Medan.
I think Man of Medan was scary.
I think Man of Medan was scary, yeah, definitely. But I slowly guessed the plot of Man of Medan earlier than I did of A Little Hope.
But the thing is, like, forgive me.
Little Hope took me to the end. I didn't realize. At the end, I was like,
this is going to sound quite controversial for somebody who loved the game. There wasn't really much of a plot of Man of Medan.
Well, the twist. I don't want to get spoiled down or anything. But...
Yeah.
See, I would argue the opposite. The Little Hope plot, by the time we got to the end, I didn't guess it necessarily, but it didn't make sense. It almost felt like it was slapped together. Like,
yeah,
here's a set of coincidences that kind of can loosely be put together, but you would never ever have thought of that.
Yeah,
it only vaguely made sense.
I am interested with House of Ashes.
Oh, I cannot wait
because I don't know if it's me, and if you've played Until Dawn with the Wendigos, I'm wondering if they're similar enemies in this.
I don't think it'll be similar, but I get what you're saying. There's a much more supernatural element to it.
Yes, and that's why I'm like, oh, hello, they're going somewhere a bit different. Because you're thinking, what other? I mean, that's what we've been through our games. There's so many ways you can change a game, and how you think, what can I do next? And from the trailers, it seems like, oh, this could be really interesting.
After House of Ashes, there's 5 more games in the series supposedly.
Yeah,
so
there are 8.
Plenty more to experience, and
I think they're going to turn out one a year, aren't they? Every Halloween, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we spoke about last week or the week before. It was supposed to be one every 6 months, and now they're doing one every year, more or less. So yeah, looking forward to the next game in the series. Man of Medan, Daniel. I hope you finish it by the time we speak next week on episode 50, which you should check out. Yeah, I mean, you've got, again, depending on your playthrough, you're looking at like 2 to 3 hours really. But you've got to play through it a couple of times, especially with someone else as well.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to. I'll get
Maybe
my first one
maybe
out
we
the
could do that as like a special podcast one day. We could just play through Man of Medan, the 5 of us.
Oh,
that'd be quite cool. I'm off for that.
Lovely. That'd be lovely. I don't know if
some
we do
Wednesday.
online 5, but yeah. Anyway, that's thinking beyond the box. Daniel, anything else, or should we go to Grayman?
No, that's it. Apart from, you don't want me to talk about FIFA, so yeah, move on.
No, please don't talk about FIFA, Graham. Don't talk about FIFA either.
Like there is time.
We've got plenty of time.
No.
Yeah, I'll just.
I've only got to be up in 6 hours as well.
Yeah, I'll just talk about one of them that I've been playing. It's a game called Dustwind. That's not too bad. It's kind of reminiscent of an old school Fallout, like the original one, and Fallout 2 on the PC version ones. It's not stop-start battle. It's real-time kind of action, but you can pause it to sort of play it that way. But it looks like they've carried everything back from that era. So there's a lot of random decisions made around that. So like looting sort of enemy bodies or stuff, you can only, even if you loot them, you can go back and loot the the enemies, even though they haven't got anything there. And sometimes the enemies pile up.
This dust wind, yeah.
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 So even trying to sort of loot around the bodies to pick up things, it's tricky. You have to hit the back button to get an arrow cursor to try and fine tune another body to pick up, because sometimes you need the loot to sell to prepare your base, because there's missions that you go out and do certain things, and there's missions where you have to protect the base, and you have to sort of use money to buy turrets and barricades to sort of halt the enemies, so you can sort of take them out, otherwise they just rinse your base. But the story on it is super weak. You're just a woman with a daughter, and you get sort of knocked out, or they think they've killed you, and your daughter gets taken, and then suddenly you get sort of woken up by a guy who was going to eat you, and he changes his mind because you're not dead, and he just said fresh meat is rare, and then suddenly he becomes your friend and becomes the base cook. It just goes on from there. You're just determined to find your daughter, and you're just finding more and more different people. A guy who calls himself the architect, a woman who calls herself radio, and they are what they do. The architect helps you build base things. Radio intercepts communications to where the enemies are, and that's all you are. You're just a woman that suddenly turns into a badass that gets sent out on missions to try and get her daughter back. Yeah. But yeah, it plays all right. It looks okay. It's kind of Series S and X sort of enhanced. I think it was like a re-release, but it's all right. And once you get into it, sort of understand the controls and the way you kind of try to stealth yourself to sort of not get seen first. And
you love a bit of stealth.
It's kind of faux stealth. You kind of stealth and you walk up to the enemy, and they've got like a certain time before they spot you. And there's certain things you can level up so you become a little bit harder to spot, or you can just get the money to buy yourself a sort of combat shotgun and just rinse through the enemies. Yeah, just take everything away, and then you get a super missile launcher called the Quadra Boom. It literally blows up everything in a radius. So yeah, it is quite good fun. It is very reminiscent of the old school sort of Fallout 0.
Is it real-time combat? I was just watching the
It looked
trailer
kind
there.
of real-time, yeah.
Both. You can play it real-time. There's an option you can flick on so it pauses when you enter combat, so you can sort of set certain things in motion and then keep pausing it and playing it that way, or you can just let it play out as it does. And you've got like an old school quick save and quick load feature that's with the Series S and X is very instant. So if you walk into an ambush, you can just quick load and go back and say, yeah, let's not do that.
It was at this point they knew he fucked up.
Yeah. I walked into a few of those. So usually I kept walking into minefields, and your fucking corpse gets bounced about all over the place. And so you take that a bit slower, spot the mines and shoot them out. But yeah, quite interesting. The story is a bit but the gameplay is all right. It's just a few weird decisions. Like it plays like an old style game. They could have sort of modernized those bits a little bit. Like you automatically collect loot from sort of the dead enemies, or once they've been looted, they disappear. It's just simple stuff like that. And even closing the door, that screams of 90s based game, where if you're trying to shut the door to your base, you literally stand on the door and you've got a 50-50 chance of being on the right side of the door because of how you go into interact with it. The door just goes and just either cuts you on one side or puts you on the other side of the fucking doors. You have to keep doing it a couple of times before you end up on the right side. Yeah, just stupid stuff like that they could have sort of really done away with to sort of bring it up to scratch as a modern style game. But yeah, enjoying it. But yeah, they could have modernized it a bit more and given the story a little bit more gusto.
Yeah, fair enough. Lovely. Well, it sounds interesting at the very least. I imagine your review will be up at some point this week, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll be knocking it out tomorrow.
Lovely. You hear that, Ross?
That's how you get reset.
Live it.
We need to learn from them.
Cool. Well, very quickly, and like Gray said, we've been going for far too long now, so I'm gonna very quickly rattle off Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, which comes out on the 5th, I believe, but the early access is out now. The important thing is the review embargo is up, so we can talk about it. It's basically a repackage of Super Monkey Ball 2 and Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. Their levels, which is over 300, I believe, as well as the mini games, and they've also included extra things like a dark banana mode, which is you got to avoid the bananas on the level as opposed to collecting them, or the golden banana mode where you've got to collect all the bananas on the level. And it's just as fucking rock hard as it was back in 2001, which makes me feel incredibly old because that means it's been 20 years since I first played Super Monkey Ball. And I still remember that day that I got it, as I was saying to Graham earlier on. I remember coming home from the midnight launch with my GameCube in one hand, my copy of Super Monkey Ball in the other hand. The disc was about this fucking big, it's tiny, and I remember laughing and going, "How can they fit a game on this?" And then I spent all night playing it because it was fucking brilliant. And yeah, it's just packs all those old levels together really well. It all looks nice and upspuffed into 4K and 60 frames per second, stuff like that. And yeah, it's really good, really, really enjoyable. Again, really hard. The mini games I've been playing with the kids, and they've been loving a bit of mini golf and a bit of what did we play? Mini golf and the bowling. You love a bit of bowling, Gray. Bit of baby mode, easy mode.
Yeah, because anyone.
Although they've changed it now, so you don't get the easy mode advantages depending on the character. It's purely aesthetic which character you choose. You can also unlock different skins for the balls themselves, so basketball or tennis ball and various other things, as well as characters to go in them, including such wonderful choices as Tails. What's his name from Yakuza? Is it
Kiryu?
That's it. Yeah, he's in there. And you can also, if you buy the deluxe pack, which is what the one I got sent, you get a console pack where you can have a Sega Dreamcast, a Sega Saturn, or a Game Gear inside
I did
the
see
ball,
that in there. That was crazy.
which is awesome. So that made me very happy. But yeah, if you remember the old Monkey Ball games, it's exactly the same. The levels are still, like I said, bastard hard, especially once you get past the first, maybe 2 or 3.
I was thinking about actually getting a GameCube when I move house, just set it up as an old school thing because I want to play the old school Metal Gear that's mentioned I love.
Yeah,
Twin Snakes.
Twin Snakes, yeah. Yeah, Monkey Ball, brilliant. And
having Zelda,
having this as like a collection of all of the levels in one sort of package, in nice shiny, 4K vision on a console that we play regularly, it's just brilliant. The mini games are still as fun as ever. Some of them more so than others, like I said, the mini golf and the whatever I just said, I can't remember now. I've lost the plot, but I mean, things like the fight and the race aren't so good. But yeah, it's really good, very much enjoyable, and my review will be up. Well, it's written. I've just got to wait to put it up. I'll probably be up tomorrow. But yeah, very much enjoyed going back and hitting that slice of nostalgia, even though it makes me feel incredibly old because it's been 20 fucking years. Oh, 20 years. And speaking of 20 years, it feels like we've been doing this podcast for that long. So let's head to the end, shall we? New to Game Pass. Ross, hit us up.
We have quite I'm going to cover the full month because I feel like we're going to be short on time next week to do it. So, as of the first,
short time this week.
Well, no. As of the first, we had Phoenix Point on console. October 12th, the big one, Back 4 Blood on console, PC, and cloud. The Riftbreaker on October the 14th, PC and console. The Good Life, October 15th on console. Echo Generation, October 21st, console, PC, and cloud. Moonglow Bay, October 26th, console, PC, and cloud. The other big one for myself, Age of Empires 4, October 28th, PC and cloud. And then Bassmaster Fishing 2022, October 28th, console, PC, and cloud.
I think some good games in there. And Ian, things that are leaving.
Yes, so sadly, we have 4 titles leaving this month on the 15th, and that's Scourgebringer, Tales of Vesperia, Katana Zero, and Goner 2.
I said about Katana Zero.
Katana Zero, yeah. I'm gutted.
Scourgebringer was really good as well, if you like your roguelikes, and so was Goner 2 actually. Both Goners have been were good fun. I like both of them.
Are going. That's
so actually, 4 good games actually. I would say, if you've got time,
the 4 levels of the service. You know,
I think
it's
so.
well and
They're
good
not
having
too
them
bad price wise. I'm looking at the price wise. They're only like 10, 15 quid between.
Well,
So
You get 20% off as well with Game Pass Ultimate.
Indeed.
there we go.
Get on
Tales
it,
of Vesper I
ladies
haven't
and
played though, but apparently that's going to be really good as well.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's
one for
alright.
Graham. He was enjoying Tales of Arise last week, so perhaps he'll pick that
I
up
did,
before it disappears.
possibly.
And speaking of Graham, he likes to tell us about games of gold. What we got?
Yeah, so we have Aero from October the 1st to the 31st, Hover from October the 16th to November the 15th, Castlevania The Harmony of Despair from October the 1st to the 15th, and one for Jay, Resident Evil Code Veronica X, available from October the 16th to the 31st.
You know, I've already bought that.
You
I
played
haven't
it?
even done. Well, I played it on Dreamcast, but I haven't started on the Xbox since I bought it. But yeah, definitely get on that one, and definitely get on. Well, definitely get on all of them because, as we said before, you can download them
Free.
and they're free, and then you can play them whenever the hell you like.
I'll just let you know as well, Graham, if you were looking at Tales of Vesper, it's on sale for £7 until tomorrow if you wanted to get it.
Yeah, pick
That
it
is
up.
tempting.
Do it.
Just
Do
let you
it.
know,
Do it
'cause
now.
yeah, just follow you know that before it goes off sale tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well, and you can go and pick them up too. But then that's the end of the podcast because, oh, Jesus Christ, we've been going for a long time too. So thank you
And
very
next
much,
week's going to be
everybody.
another long one.
Yeah, next week's going to be a long one, but it's going to be a hell of a fun one because we're going to have the quiz, we're going to have some giveaways, we're going to talk about EGX, and we're all going to be in person, so we can all touch each other
And we're going to
give
bully
each other
down
hugs and probably slip a finger here and there.
Bukaki party.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like a game from last week.
I mean,
2
well,
meter
it could be a
distance,
game
please,
if you want it
guys.
to be a game, Daniel. The world is your oyster, sir.
If you want to sit in the middle, that's fine.
Play Hide-the-Wiener.
We need to get some boxes of popcorn.
Which
and
hole is
just,
it going in?
Anyway, for now, let's hit some pluggles. I'm not reading that part. Thank you for tuning in. We've been Xbox Tavern. This has been XPod Tavern. You can head over to xboxtavern.com for our written stuff. You can head over to youtube.com/Xbox Tavern official for our video stuff, and Twitter @xboxtavern.com for our random tweets of clips of Halo Infinite betas and some Splitgate stuff, and probably just some random thoughts and opinions. So thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies and everyone else for listening. You're a fucking hero and we love you.
We love you.
Jamie, and I've been joined this week by Ian.
Hello, goodbye. Thank you very much for coming.
Graham,
Morning.
Gruff,
Eviden.
and Daniel.
Oh, you stole what I was going to say. Don't forget about the giveaways, folks. Don't forget about the giveaways.
Don't forget about the giveaways. Hit up the giveways right now.
So
if you don't-
long.
Farewell. Avida
Auf
saying
Wiedersehen.
goodbye.
Good night. Good night.